Your eyes so far?
I think like every fan of the Green Bay Packers, what I've been impressed with are the number of big plays. And I'm not talking about just the offense or just the defense. It's been all over the place. It's been something when you watch it going, oh my goodness, I can't wait for the regular season to start.
We've got a great battle at quarterback, the backup position in back of Aaron Rodgers. What have you seen there?
And I think for fans of this team, and you thought last year when Aaron Rodgers went down, oh man, we're really sunk. But this year, both these two young quarterbacks, I think, are really starting to emerge. They both had starting experience last year. You know, Brett Hundley obviously with the Packers and Deshaun Kaiser with the Cleveland Browns. I think these guys are learning, and I think they are viable candidates to be extremely good backups and in the future be really good starters.
Do you get a feel, James, at who might be ahead of the other?
I really can't tell. I think it is that close. It's one of those horse races. You're watching them, and as they're coming down the stretch, you're going, well, this guy, no, that guy, no, this guy, no, that guy. And, you know, you just got to call it by a nose later.
All right, so we've got big plays by the quarterbacks. That's on the offensive side. Defensively, we've seen big plays. And Reggie Gilbert beginning to emerge as a real great edge rusher.
And I think people who watched him play when he was in college are going, is this the same Reggie Gilbert that we had when he was an Arizona Wildcat? He has transformed his body. He's gotten quicker. He's gotten leaner. He's everything you want in a 3-4 outside linebacker because he can play well against the run. He can rush the passer, and he is relentless. And we always talk about that with football players. And what does that mean? It means they never give up. You tell them to go out in the backyard. Okay, I'm going to go out in the backyard. I'm going to run around a bunch. He just gets after the quarterback, and he doesn't stop.
He spent a couple years in the practice squad. Looks like he's going to make the final 53. Josh Jackson, the second-round rookie out of Iowa. He has splashed in the preseason.
He has splashed. He's been spectacular. We all know he had 8 interceptions last year as a senior, led the nation. He's come here, and he's done the same thing. He's played the pass really well, played against the run really well. On the depth chart, do you know he's the 4th corner? If he's your 4th corner, you've got a heck of a secondary.
Aaron Rodgers will not play tonight. We expect to see a lot of starters on defense go through the first 2 quarters. It's the 3rd preseason game. The Packers, the Raiders, next on the Packers Television Network. To Oakland, everyone. Tonight's first quarter is brought to you by Case IH, reminding farmers to rethink productivity. Visit caseih.com/Packers for a special offer. The Green Bay Packers tonight traveling to the Bay Area. The temperature at about 60 degrees. There's a bit of a breeze. It will get to the mid-50s, they say, by the 4th quarter. Let's go down to the sideline, and here is Lance Allen.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin, for reminding me of that. Yeah, it does feel a little cool down here. First-round pick, Jair Alexander. We're going to see an extended look at him. You heard in the pregame, John Eric Sullivan, co-director of player personnel, really wants to see how he handles this road test tonight. Back up to you guys.
Lance, thank you very much. We've just had the flip of the coin. Oakland wins. They will receive, and we'll get a look at their starting offense. And Mike McCarthy told us this morning that we're going to see the Packer defense, James Lofton, for a good part of this first half tonight.
I think the biggest thing in this game so far, Kevin, you've had family night, which is at home in Lambeau Field. You start off against the Tennessee Titans at home in Lambeau Field. You play the Pittsburgh Steelers at home in Lambeau Field. Now you come to the last multi-purpose stadium in the league that has a baseball infield. You're playing in the Black Hole. It'll be interesting to see how the young players respond to being on the road, a different environment.
When you were playing and this dirt infield was there, that always proved to be something that players had to pay attention to. As the kickoff is presented by Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Blaine's best price promise guarantees you the lowest price or they'll match it. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, the original, authentic, still family owned since 1955. Deep back is Dwayne Harris. He's played all over the NFL, including the Dallas Cowboys. And the Packers will be kicking off with Mason Crosby. And last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, we saw Crosby kicking short with pooch kicks. He was kicking to the sideline. He was testing a lot of different kinds of kicks. He's got it ready to go. And here we go in preseason game number 3. And Harris right off the bat bobbles it. He'll leave it in the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Oakland Raiders, and a flag has been thrown.
There was a penalty flag on the play.
With a look at Derek Carr. in this first-team offense.
There is no foul on the play. Oakland's ball, 1st and 10 at the 25.
Alex Kemp is our referee tonight here in Oakland. We have a look at Mike McCarthy, who is always so informative in our morning meetings. And like we said, now has got to deal with a little bit of change here right off the bat, as Oren Burks is not in there. And they will go with Greer Martini, who is a rookie free agent, who will be starting tonight for Green Bay in Burks' place. With the 1st and 10, the fake to Lynch. Carr going deep. Oh, and he's got Cooper. What a catch! And he's working on Jair Alexander and takes it down inside the Green Bay 25 to the 23 with a huge completion of 46 to get things started for the Oakland Raiders.
If I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm thinking about throwing that challenge flag, because it looked like Amari Cooper, at least a knee or an elbow must have hit the ground. Yeah, his shin is on the ground, and they picked up an additional 10 or 15 yards. I get that red challenge flag out.
They're going to call it a gain of 49. Ahmad Thomas has come in for Martini. 1st and 10. They're going to put the ball at the 26. And Carr initially looking for Lynch and knocked away. Good play by Thomas on a pass intended for the tight end, Lee Smith. It'll be 2nd down. The Packers starting defense tonight, presented by Spectrum. Spectrum's network delivers enough bandwidth for today and whatever comes next. Kentrell Bryce taking the place of Morgan Burnett in the secondary, and they've been impressed with how he has played so far. Second down and 10. Running back Doug Martin is in, taking the place of Lynch. And Martin, a former Pro Bowler, will take it up the middle and brought down in the middle there by Kenny Clark of Green Bay on a gain of 3. James down to the Green Bay 23.
And if you are the Green Bay Packers defensive coaches, you kind of like what has happened. Sure, you gave up a big home run play on 1st down, but now you settle down a little bit. You're forcing the Raiders into a 3rd and 7. You allow your nickel defense to get on the field, see what your pass rushers can do. And I want to see what Muhammad Wilkerson and Kenny Clark do in the middle of that pass rush. Get them pushed back in the lap of Derek Carr.
Packers have 5 in the secondary. Martin is in the backfield, and Carr is facing 3rd and 7. Moves up to get away and throws deep down the side. And it was grabbed on the play by Jared Cook, the former Green Bay Packer tight end. Takes it with a gain of 19 to the Green Bay 4. Clinton Dix is there. 1st and goal, Oakland.
Jared Cook's working on Ahmad Thomas, and that's 6'5" against 6 feet tall. Not to say that tight ends like to push off a little bit, but when you're that big, just a little nudge gets the linebacker out of position.
Big pass completions of 49 to Cooper and 19 to Cook, and Martin in the backfield, and a 1st and goal for Oakland on the game's first possession. The former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and wrapped up as he goes into the grass with Kenny Clark. He'll pick up nothing on the play, maybe a half yard just inside the Green Bay 4.
Kenny Clark gets the tackle, but Muhammad Wilkerson gets the assist. So if we were playing basketball, he would have passed it to him, 3-point shot, because Muhammad Wilkerson stuffs it up, forces the run back inside, and Kenny Clark is there to clean up.
2nd down and goal. Raiders a season ago finishing 6 and 10.
Jordy Nelson split out wide.
Derek Carr, and that's Martin. And got maybe to the 3, and you see he is stoned right there with Ahmad Thomas among a couple to make the stop. Let's give him a gain of a yard. Let's put him down to the Green Bay 3.
A little different look by the Raiders and John Gruden than I would say about 75% of the rest of the league. You get inside the 5, and it's time to pass. It's time to spread people out. The Raiders, 2 plays right up the middle, not netting a lot because of big guys like Muhammad Wilkerson.
Jordy Nelson atop your screen. Martin in the backfield. 3rd down and goal. Just inside the Green Bay 4.
You can't get to the quarterback. Get your hands up.
Carr, the pressure there, and he dropped the ball, and the pressure came up the middle. Reggie Gilbert was pressuring the pocket, and again Gilbert puts his fingerprints on the offense with a big defensive play.
I know this is a stadium that Khalil Mack plays in. Nick Perry's in the house. Clay Matthews. Reggie Gilbert, he walked Donald Penn, who weighs 360 pounds, back into the lap of Derek Carr. That's a lot of power going up against a really big man.
Here's a 32-yard field goal try by Mike Nugent. Ball will go down at the 22. The hold by Townsend, and the kick is away. And the first possession for the Raiders produces 3, with big completions on that drive of 49 to Cooper and 19 to Cook. But Gilbert comes up with a terrific defensive play for Green Bay early in the first quarter on the Packers television network.
This Packers preseason game is sponsored by Ticketmaster, Case IH, UW Health, the Better Business Bureau, and Quick Trip.
Gilbert comes up with a big play, and they limit, James, the Raider offense to just 3.
And you give up a 50-yard play on first down, that's a successful end of the drive.
Ty Montgomery from a yard inside the goal line will take it out for the Packers, and then he is hit and brought down. Flag has been thrown. The hit by Markel Lee, who's out of Wake Forest, a starter last year, as the game's out near the 20-yard line. Another flag thrown, 18-yard return. With a look at Brett Hundley, who gets the start tonight. Rodgers will not play. In fact, the 2 starting tackles won't play. In fact, you're going to see Graham also sitting.
Offside, kicking team, number 30. During the return, holding, receiving team, number 93. Those penalties offset.
Let's do it again, Kevin.
Well, they need practice with the new kickoff rules, don't they, James? I mean, they might as well get some practice in live action.
So if this time it's a yard deep in the end zone and everybody's huffing and puffing, the guys are going, Ty, just stay in the end zone. Let's take it at the 25.
Well, John Gruden is coming out of the broadcast booth, and he is back as a Raider head coach. Was here from 99 to 2002. Then went to Tampa Bay for 7 years. Won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers against the Raiders.
Yep, and he still knew a lot of the Raiders' tendencies and what they like to call things and some of the audibles that were still in place. So it really gave the Buccaneers a leg up in that Super Bowl.
Now, we just saw that field goal of 32 yards by Nugent. The scoring summary was presented by Spectrum. Spectrum's network delivers enough bandwidth for today and whatever comes next. But, of course, for Gruden, he wants to go into the end zone, and that was not to his liking the way they finished that drive.
Now, how are you offsides on the kickoff when you're not allowed to move? You're only a yard behind the line, and you move early. Come on, that's not supposed to happen.
So Montgomery, who fumbled a kickoff last week, is back again to retrieve it. Offsetting penalty, still teed up at the 35 on the fly here. He bobbles this one at the 5. Trevor Davis is still injured and not playing. He was one of the top 10 kick returners in the league a year ago. He takes it up to the Green Bay 19, 13-yard return, and we get our first look at Brett Hundley tonight, the UCLA quarterback and a 4th-year Green Bay quarterback.
And once again, the thing that I want to see is how do the young quarterbacks respond on the road. Playing in the comfortable confines of Lambeau Field, not that it's easy, but it's a little tougher to take that momentum and the energy on the road.
Mercedes Lewis is the second tight end. Montgomery in the backfield. It is 1st and 10 from the 19. This is Montgomery. He played at Stanford and is belted out of bounds, hit by Darryl Worley, and does not gain anything on the play. So it's 2nd down and 10 as we take a look at the Packers starting offense presented by Spectrum. Spectrum's network delivers enough bandwidth for today and whatever comes next. Adam Pankey is in the crosshairs of the Packers. They need him to produce beginning tonight as a utility guy on that line, James.
Well, there's that position flexibility, but you want to be strong with the one job they give you.
2nd down and 10. Hundley looks at the 4-man rush that goes off to Montgomery, and he's upended on the play with a nice defensive play turned in by Derek Johnson. Longtime Kansas City Chiefs limited just a 1-yard gain to the 20.
That's 4 straight touches for Ty Montgomery, and he's gotten walloped on each one of them. I would still like to see Hundley try and get the ball down the field a little more. That was an early check down that you kind of, not that it's a give-up play, but let's see what if a guy can make a play down the field.
Spriggs is playing the left tackle. Murphy playing the right tackle. The center is Lucas Patrick, who began taking snaps at center this week.
And it looks like pressure right along the front there, Kevin.
It does indeed with a 3rd and 9. They need the 29. Here they come. Hundley moving up nicely into the side, and it was caught. Nice grab made on the play and caught by Geronimo Allison, a reliable player. A flag has been thrown at the 37. The catch is out to the 29 and looks to be enough for a first down as it stands now.
Allison was being held at the top of the route.
He sure was.
Yes.
That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a first down.
And that is Green Bay's number 3 receiver.
And Rashawn Melvin is holding him, and then you see Allison. Looks like he pushes off, but all he does, it's when the defensive back lets go of it that it looks like he pushes off. But nice job by Allison in not using his hands, not being frustrated at the top of the route.
Quietly establishing himself as the number 3 wide receiver. Big, consistent catching, disciplined routes. You saw it right there. Montgomery on 1st and 10 from Hundley. We have the tackle made by Leon Hall, the 12-year veteran from Michigan. He picks up 3 on the play, and James will take it out to the Green Bay 32.
You know, we talked to Coach McCarthy this morning, and one of the things he talked about with the run game is he wants a +4 run mentality, where, if there's a hole there, get us 4 yards. Don't dance around a lot. Ty Montgomery that time, not a whole lot there, stuck his foot in the ground, picked up, about 3 yards. So that's a positive run. And here's one of those wrinkles with Ty Montgomery splitting out. Who covers him? Right down there at the bottom.
5 in the secondary, 2nd down and 7. Blocked by Murphy down the sideline. He's got Allison again. Belted out of bounds by Gilchrist. Beautiful throw by Hundley. And Allison comes in with another terrific catch. Pickup of 31. Takes it down to the Raider 37.
You see the slip there by Melvin, and I like the tail end of this play. I like what Marcus Gilchrist does. He turns his shoulder to hit the receiver. It's a big hit, but turning your shoulder is exactly what everybody's trying to teach in the NFL in terms of hitting right now.
Kendricks is the second tight end with Mercedes Lewis. Montgomery in the backfield. 1st and 10 Montgomery. The little hesitation into the secondary. Takes a couple to bring him down, including Harris and Worley. He is down to the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 on the play on that run. And like to remind you, the Packers cross the 50, and when you cross age 50, ask your doctor about Cologuard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening for individuals age 50 and above at average risk for colorectal cancer. Visit Packers.com for more information. Packers50.com. Drive started back at the 19. Allison catching one for 31 yards. Hundley moving pocket on the move and caught on the fly. And that's the rookie Jamon Moore out of Missouri, who's had trouble holding onto the ball. Catches this down to the 16-yard line, and he picks up 10 on the play and another Green Bay first down.
One of the things Jamon Moore has done is work on that jugs machine, and I'm talking about working on it from about 12 inches away. That ball that Hundley threw coming off the dirt was as fast a fastball as you're going to see if you come out here to watch the Oakland A's play. That ball had some heat on it.
He is shy of the first, so 2nd down and about 1. So far, Hundley 4 of 4 through the air. Allison's had 2 big catches. Montgomery has run one for 11. 2nd down and 1. Pressure up the middle, blocked by Montgomery. Hundley on the fly, and it's dropped in the end zone. Lance Kendricks had it and could not hold on. And the pass was there, even a contorted try, couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
Kendricks had to do a 360, runs up the field, the ball's thrown at his back shoulder. Great job by Hundley keeping his eyes down the field. We see the tail end of it there. He had turned all the way around. You see the spin starting there, and then he has to do another one. So that's not a 360, that's a 720, Kevin.
Catchable, though, no doubt.
No, not when you do a 720.
That was
when you get off the teacups at Disneyland, you don't know where you are.
Quick Trip red zone is where they are right now. Third down, 1. They got stoned inside. Not a whole lot there.
Yeah, keep Mason Crosby on the sideline here. Let's try and go for it on 4th down.
Tonight, each trip to the red zone by the Packers is a trip to the Quick Trip Red Zone. Stop by Quick Trip to pick up your free rewards card or download the Quick Trip Rewards app to start earning rewards visits for a chance to win Packers trips, merchandise, and game tickets.
Couple things here. 12 seconds on the play clock, and the Packers are just now getting to the line of scrimmage. You'd like to give your quarterback more time at the line. I see a timeout coming from the sideline here.
Mike wants a timeout, and he's going to get it with about a second left on that 4th and 3.
First charge timeout. Green Bay.
Timeout. Green Bay moving the ball. Ellison has caught a couple. The offenses look good with Hundley at the controls. We step aside. Packers began this at the 19, James. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3 instead of taking a 37-yard field goal and trying to tie the game.
This is about relationship football here, because as a quarterback, you know you've got just one guy to kind of go to. Would this be Jimmy Graham? Would it be Devontae Adams? Would it be Randall Cobb? You look for your best matchup, and you're really game planning this situation here. Brett Hundley, quarterback draw. I'd love to see that right here. Oh.
5 wide and somebody moved.
Bell got a little jittery there, the veteran.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So that takes him out of the 4th and 3, extends it now, and here comes Crosby out onto the field, and he will be trying a field goal likely 42 yards away and on the dirt, too.
And that's the first thing Mason was thinking about. This is on the dirt, but if you can plant that left foot, you shouldn't get too much of a slide. I was down on the field before the game, and the dirt's nice and soft tonight.
Zach Treiner is the long snapper, and that is perfect from 42 yards away to tie the game. There is a battle at long snapper. Crosby, though, unfazed. He's had a terrific camp, and he ties the game for Mike with 5.5 to go in the first from Oakland on the Packers television network. Vince Lombardi and Dad Brazier had a hand in designing that G when Lombardi took over back in the late 50s, and stuck ever since. We just had a Crosby 42-yard field goal. Dad Brazier was the old equipment manager along with Bob Knoll for so many decades in Green Bay. Kickoff by Crosby.
Jack Knoll.
And Jack Knoll, yes. Here comes Dwayne Harris. He will take it out. This is what he does, and he finds a seam, and now it's a foot race. Here comes one of the best. Dwayne Harris, and pushed out of bounds by Whitehead. Flag is thrown back at the 18-yard line, and it's probably on the Raiders.
During the return, holding, return team, number 58, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
And John Gruden's not going to like that. Kyle Wilbur, the former Dallas Cowboy, is guilty.
I had a coach that was on the staff with me with the Chargers, and he said, you hold with your hands because you've lost with your feet. So you get out of position, and all of a sudden you're reaching out to grab somebody, because the coaches don't draw up holding when they draw up a play. They draw up a little circle with a line and then a stick, and that you're supposed to block them with your feet and your hands, but you got to move those feet, or else you're going to get called for holding.
So Greer Martini is in for the starter, Oren Burks. Left shoulder injury in pregame. Burks is on that sideline. Couple tight ends here. Martin is in the backfield. The 2-time Pro Bowler out of Boise State, the former Buck. 1st and 10. New quarterback is Connor Cook. And on the move, he throws to Martavis Bryant, the former Pittsburgh Steeler. On the move to the 26, and he picks up 14 for the Oakland Raiders.
John Gruden just called the same play that we threw to Jamon Moore going the other direction. So everybody has a bootleg. You have a guy in the flat, you have a guy coming across from the other side in the 12-yard area, and then somebody going in the deep 18 to 20-yard area.
Connor Cook is the quarterback, 3 years out of Michigan State, with a 1st and 10. And Martin, he'll take it in, and he is met by Kenny Clark, who said his name a lot. There's a gain of 3. He's up to the 29-yard line.
You know, we talk about Blake Martinez being the veteran inside linebacker, and he's one of the top tacklers in the league last year. I don't know if he was first, second, or third, but one of the top tacklers in the league. You know, on that first down pass to Amari Cooper, 49 yards down the field, Blake Martinez made the tackle. 49 yards down the field.
Well, he says he wants to set an NFL record for tackles in a season. Connor Cook taking the place at Carr. 2nd down and 7. He goes outside quickly, and it's caught by the running back, Jalen Richard. And look at his speed. Clinton Dix will usher him out of bounds. He'll be at the Green Bay 45. A catch and run at 26 and a Raider first down.
Just enough of a fake by the quarterback to think that the play is going to the defense left side, comes back quickly to the right. And Jalen Richard can get up and go. That quickness, that ability to just take off and be at full speed in 2 steps. 2 big plays for the Raiders offense so far. Let's see if the Packers have a stop in this drive earlier than they did in the last drive.
Raiders a season ago, the number 17 offense. Oh, here, look out. Here comes Clay. Cook gets away, incomplete. And they were going for their tight end, Jared Cook, who led them in receiving yards a season ago. Clay Matthews just about got a handful of Connor Cook.
Well, he's coming, and he's unobstructed to the quarterback. Just a little bit of a nudge by the right guard there to get him off his track, because Donald Penn, the veteran, just pushed him out wide just a little bit.
In a contract year, Clay Matthews.
In a contract year all the time.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
Everybody, contract. Even if you got 4 more years, it's a contract year.
2nd down and 10.
Oh, nice tackle.
That's Cook, and that was a nice tackle by Clinton Dix, and something that he has been working on. His tackling had been a little bit criticized. Only player in the secondary, considered a lock probably, and that's now solidifying back there, but a good play by Clinton Dix. A gain of 5.
When you come down with that much speed, you can overrun because people put the brakes on you quickly. He did a nice job in angling to the outside shoulder so that the guy wouldn't be able to turn the corner, and then knifing back in to make the tackle.
Packers have 5 in the secondary. 3rd down and 5.
There's Josh Jackson right there in the slot.
Richard in the backfield, and Cook is hit as he throws. He was looking on the cross for Harris.
Well, that's a big hit by Kentrell Bryce, and he does it in the right way, because it's just like a baseball player, below the shoulders, above the knees. Ty Montgomery walking off. Remember I told you that heavy load that he had to start the game, so hopefully he's just dehydrated or something. But a nice job by Kentrell Bryce coming in and not going too high on the quarterback and not going too low also.
Jair Alexander is back to get this Johnny Townsend punt. Townsend was drafted just ahead of Green Bay's punter, J.K. Scott. And this is at the 6 and ricochets with the bounce into the end zone. Touchback, good hang. And they're looking at the return man in Alexander there, getting an early look. Net 20-yard punt. Timeout late first quarter in Oakland. Each team has reached the end zone, or rather the red zone, but they've had to settle for field goals.
And young players have to learn how to play in the pros, and they're all little things that you learn to do. Jair Alexander, no fair catch, which allows him to then block Dwayne Harris, who's one of the best special teams players in the league, and that ball trickles into the end zone. Instead of being down at the 5, the Packers have it at the 20. So 15 yards goes in the bank of Alexander.
The running back is Aaron Jones. First time he's played this summer. Hundley getting away, dodging defenders. Flag is thrown, chased to the sideline. P.J. Hall, the rookie, was chasing him. Incomplete pass. He saw the flag on the play. Hundley led the first drive downfield, and they settled for a 42-yard field goal.
Holding. Offense. Number 68.
Kyle Murphy.
Half the distance to the goal line. Still first down.
Right tackle. You concerned at all, James, about the tackles of Green Bay?
You are always concerned when you don't have your top 2 guys, because that is such an important position. You get speed rushers, power rushers, and if you can't handle those guys one-on-one when you have an open side, when you don't have a tight end flanking you, it's a tough assignment, number 1. But you've got to be able to do it. And that time, maybe a little extra time in the pocket, quarterback scrambles out, that's when you get the holding call.
First down and 20 now. And bobbled and dropped. That is dropped by Mercedes Lewis, longtime veteran, longtime Jacksonville Jaguar. On the money, the throw was incomplete. 2nd and 20 coming up.
Yeah, you've got to make that play because you're trying to kind of eat away at the 1st and 20. You get 6 or 7 yards, you've taken a chunk out of it, you get another 6 or 7 yards. Now the quarterback is really tempted on 2nd and 20 to almost force the ball further down the field.
Aaron Jones, the back, has been dealing with a hamstring. Returned to practice this week. First preseason action right here. Of course, he'll be suspended the first 2 games of the season. 2nd down and 20. He gets the call here. And he's brought down, held initially by Darryl Worley in the secondary, and picks up about 3 to the Green Bay 14.
Maybe one extra move by Aaron Jones there. There was a little crease. And when we talked to Coach McCarthy earlier, he talked about trusting the course, accelerating through the crease. And that time, maybe a little bit too much, trying to bounce it all the way to the outside and only picking up 3 yards.
When healthy, he might be the best running back. He averaged over 5 yards a carry a season ago. Here is a 3rd and 17.
Get the left tackle move early.
That's Spriggs.
Yeah.
They blow that dead.
False start. Offense, number 78.
So each tackle.
5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
So each tackle now has been flagged on this drive.
Yeah, there's Spriggs right there, the left tackle. You're going to see him come out of his stance just before the ball set. You see just that little bit of a movement. And those are all the elements about playing on the road. The crowd noise you didn't face at home. Now you have crowd noise. You've got that guy across from you, and you read in the game plan that he runs 4.7 in the 40. And you're going, that's a lot faster than I run if I'm an offensive tackle.
3rd and 22, they need the 30. And the handoff here to Aaron Jones, 5th-round pick out of Texas, El Paso. With a run and a gain into the grasp of Garrett Johnson. He picks up 8, so it's 4th and 14. And here comes Green Bay's rookie punter. And Green Bay on their 2nd possession will punt after getting a 42-yard field goal the first time they had the ball.
Now you're on that tilt of the field in the field position battle because you didn't pick up any yardage with your drive there. You actually lost a couple of yards. How well does the punter do here, and how well can you cover from the outside?
Ryan Switzer is back. Made a trade with the Cowboys to get him. Scott will get it down to the 36. Hang time of 4.75. He'll bounce and pinball his way into the grasp of a couple of Green Bay Packers, including Dimitri Goodson. And his special teams may get him a spot on the final 53. 48-yard punt. 2-yard return as the Packers, like the Raiders before them, punt the ball. The Packers are hosting a celebration weekend with a free concert with the Steve Miller Band. Join SiriusXM, Culver's, Ticketmaster, and Jack Link's Protein Snacks on September 8th at 7:30. 48-yard punt. They changed the field position just a bit right there with that punt. And Connor Cook is back out there, the 4th-round pick out of Michigan State 3 years ago. 1st and 10, it's Martin.
Were those early whistles?
Oh, we got somebody jump on the field at the other end of the field. Yep, that's what's going on. And that is surprising, isn't it, to see someone out of this crew jump out onto the field.
I think his seats were on the other side of the stadium. He's just trying to take a shortcut across the field.
He may have been one of the guys that was waving at our Packer buses coming in, giving us the peace sign, right, as we were coming in.
The partial peace sign.
Please reset the game clock to 46 seconds. A fan right out on the field. So we're going to have a do-over. We're going to play 1st and 10 again.
So they'll cuff him. They'll book him. And he may have a night in the clink.
Please set the play clock to 25 seconds. 25 seconds on the play clock.
And his drawers are falling down, too. You can't see it, folks. And we, because this is a family show, we're not going to show it. But the drawers of this man now are falling.
I don't know if I've ever been at a game where you've had a first quarter run on. Normally it's a little later after you've enjoyed the process a little bit.
Couple things. Buy a belt. and don't come out onto the field.
Well, the Raiders on the first down went with 2 tight ends. They had a fullback, power look. Now they have 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and 1 running back.
Cook to Martin. And Lowry got a hand on him. Dean Lowry. We have the stop on a gain of about 3. He's up to the 40-yard line. Give him a gain of 2 on the play.
Kenny King at nose tackle is really active. And what I mean by that is you saw the cut back there. It was because he kind of overplayed it. He was able to shed his block and force the running back to cut back in when he didn't want to cut back in. And then you have the linebackers there to help clean up. So really nice play by Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark has been talked about already a lot. Here's a couple tight ends with a 2nd down and 8. And Cook. And almost picked off on the play. There was Josh Jackson, who's been making one nice defensive play in these games after another. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8 with 3 seconds to play in the first.
You know, you talk about defensive backs having to have a short memory. Well, Josh Jackson, from what I've seen, hadn't done anything wrong yet in the first 3 games. So I don't know how short his memory is, but he is really playing, I think, at an exceptional level. You're going to find him in the slot there, covering the slot receiver. Tough position.
Ahmad Thomas comes in, taking the place of Martini. Thomas played safety at Oklahoma. 3rd down and 8. Connor Cook, a record setter in East Lansing. And there's a flag, and there's an incompletion. There's Jackson's coverage, and Roberts was in the sights. 2 flags thrown, 1 on the sideline, and 1 at the 35.
I thought Roberts was stumbling out of his break more than a pass interference call.
All this means is if you've got a red eye tonight, you're in trouble.
It's a little early to be talking about red eye.
No. This game has that feel. Packers defensive starters were on the field against the Steelers to the 2nd series. They're going to go a little bit deeper tonight.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Holding. Illegal hands in the face. Offense, number 66. Pass interference. Defense, number 27. Those penalties offset. This is the end of the first quarter.
All right, each team reached the red zone. Each team settled for a field goal. Let's go to the 2nd quarter. Tied at 3 on the Packers Television Network. Welcome back to Oakland, California. The 2nd quarter tonight is sponsored by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Kevin Harlan, the Hall of Famer James Lofton. We've got Lance Allen, sports anchor down at WTMJ, and on our sideline, he'll be doing the Mike McCarthy show all season long.
Is that him right there?
That is not him. Although a hat like that I think I have seen.
Dance move, though. That's his preferred dance move. Flossing.
We start the 2nd quarter with a 3rd and 8 from the Raider 40-yard line. Connor Cook, all-time leading passing yards leader in East Lansing for Michigan State. Shuffling, running, chase, he's got the 1st down. And a flag thrown. Josh Jones got him, 27, as he was running past midfield and down to the Green Bay 47-yard line.
That's normally a hold when quarterback has the ball that long.
One was for 13.
Illegal contact.
Illegal contact.
Defense, number 23. 5-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. 1st down.
If the quarterback scrambles outside the tackle box, then you can get that 2nd contact. Right. But since he went straight down the field, he remained in the tackle box. You see Mike McCarthy kind of looking bewildered because, well, the quarterback scrambled. Well, he's still inside the tackle box.
Martin is the running back. Gilbert standing up there. You see on the right side of the Packer line. 1st and 10. Here comes Martin, hitting the hole hard. And he takes it into the secondary, and he's brought down by Blake Martinez from behind as he gets flag thrown to the 36 of Green Bay with the burst right there of about 7 by Martin, who had his troubles off the field, has tried to rectify himself here as he joins the new team, the Raiders. He had some pretty good seasons down in Tampa Bay for the Buccaneers.
He had his best seasons when he was referred to as the muscle hamster.
Yeah, the muscle hamster.
Then he decided he didn't like that nickname and kind of went downhill after that. So muscle hamster, welcome back.
Yeah. A little pocket Hercules, isn't he? The way he can get out there. He's a strong, compact
There were
body.
two fouls, both by the offense. Holding, number 87. That penalty's declined. Holding, number 61. That penalty's accepted. 10 yards, still first down.
James, what'd you do with your cleats when you had to play in a field like this? And this is the only one left in pro football is here in Oakland. It'll be gone, of course, when the A's finish up their season.
And when I played for the Packers, we played in Milwaukee County Stadium, so we had the same type of field. And you really just wear the same shoes. You try not to worry about it. And my coach, Lou Carpenter, told us, "Mister, you better have on the right shoes." And we said, "Well, what are the right shoes?" He said, "Shoes you don't slip in."
Yeah.
Don't wear those slippery shoes, he'd tell us.
Ah, the great Lou Carpenter.
Good coaching.
First down and 20 from the 48 after the penalty. Big hole, big gain. Getting a block from Bryant downfield. And then Herb Waters chases him among others downfield. It's a 16-yard run. They take it to the Green Bay 36.
You want guys to play with the correct shoulder. That time Reggie Gilbert tries to slip inside. He has the outside contained there. Yeah, you'd like to get to the quarterback, but it's 1st and 20. They can still run the ball on 1st and 20. Reggie Gilbert allowed them to get outside. That's a good teaching point for a young linebacker.
5 in the secondary now, and they bring in Josh Jackson. After that 16-yard run, 2nd down and 4. Connor Cook, who started the playoff game a couple years ago, going deep, and it was picked off. That is your top pick, Alexander. The number 1 selection out of Louisville. Big-time interception. And he picks him off inside the 10. He got to the 7. The swipe right there by Alexander. Played it well, going downfield for Harris, and stops the Raider drive for the Green Bay defense.
This Packers preseason game is sponsored by Chevrolet, Steinhoffels, Wisconsin Dental Association, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, and Concordia University.
Packers moved up in the draft to get Jair Alexander as their number 1 pick, and he just came up with his first pick. Green Bay is going to start at their 7. Running back remains Aaron Jones, first preseason action. Looking for a block. Spriggs got caught up, and he is on that handoff, hit by Carl Joseph on a gain of a yard. Get him up to the Green Bay 8.
It is hard to turn the corner in the NFL, and to run wide with linebackers who can run, defensive backs who can run. It's a tough assignment. You've got to be really sound along the offensive line. Really, you want to start that wide course and have the running back to be able to pop up into a hole before he gets all the way to the corner.
They got Jones as a receiver now, 2nd down and 8. Brett Hundley. Good block by Spriggs. On the move, and it is caught. And Jamon Moore makes his 2nd catch tonight. The drops have been a concern tonight. Thrown to twice, caught twice, gain of 10, first down Green Bay. It's up to their 19.
I've heard a lot of people talk about Jamon Moore having to get his confidence. Trust me, these young players, they're not really worried about having to get the confidence. He just wants to get more reps. And the more reps he gets, the better he's going to do, and the more we're going to see how much he belongs.
We saw the inactives moments ago, dancing and poking and picking his way as Aaron Jones. Not a whole lot there, hit by a couple, including Mario Edwards. So there is Spriggs. Here are the inactive offensive linemen tonight. All your starters. McCray's got a calf injury. Balaga coming back from the ACL, but really making great progress, on pace to start opening weekend. Bakhtiari came back and played a couple series last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Patrick is the center tonight. Pankey is playing that left guard. We're watching Pankey. That's who Mike said to watch closely. 2nd and 9. Hundley will dance. and dodge and run out to about the 22 and forced out of bounds by Tahir Whitehead, the former Detroit Lion. A gain of 2 on the play.
It goes down as a gain of 2, but in my book, that's a gain of about a plus 17 because he was close to being sacked around the 5-yard line. Uses his athletic ability to get out of that tackle, and then smart enough not to force the ball down the field into traffic and to pick up 2 yards. And what he does, he gives Mike McCarthy a chance to call another play. 3rd and 7 coming up.
You saw Byron Bell playing that right guard. He was moved there this week as they try to position him in the utility position on that line. 3rd down and 7. Pocket down, as is the quarterback. Boy, he was hit by a ton. Just take your pick. Fadal, Brown, all kinds of guys there to get a hand on him. Derek Johnson, loss of 7. Here comes the punting unit for Green Bay again, back to the 15.
Yeah, it starts with Kyle Murphy at right tackle. He gets pushed back into the quarterback, and you can't step up because the interior pass rush is also there. So little things, good job hanging on to the ball, not getting a strip sack.
Hurst and Hall all there. Another punt by J.K. Scott. First one went 48. And back to the 32 with a hang time of 4-8. And Harris will try to juke his way free and brought down on the play by Vince Beagle. Wisconsin Badger. 54-yard punt right there. Good night for Scott. 9-yard return. Stepping aside 10-12 second quarter. There's Doc Pat McKenzie talking to Oren Burks, and they're describing what his shoulder has gone through. He had a shoulder in the pregame, James.
And Oren's going, it hurts. You know, I could lift my right arm like this, but my left arm, not good.
Pat McKenzie, by the way, told me today that they're expecting their 7th grandchild. In fact, his daughter-in-law, I think, is in labor as we speak and may be watching this game in Minnesota. His son, Kevin, up in the Twin Cities, 1st and 10. And a handoff to Richard. And another tackle, and it's posted there by Blake Martinez on a gain of a yard. Take advantage of the tool trade-in event going on now at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Trade in any tool, battery or charger, and get up to $200 off select DeWalt and Milwaukee Power tool kits. James, I know you've got a couple of those items.
I do, and I got some tools I want to trade in. I want to trade in Blake Martinez and put him on the sideline. Save him for the regular season.
Greer Martini is back there taking the place of the injured Burks. Green Bay, and they blow that dead before it has a chance to get going. And the Packers have really not, timeout taken by the Raiders. Packers have really been kind of injury-free. The running back position has been kind of a myriad of hamstrings and things like that. But overall,
but the offensive line, you know, what's the true health of our offensive line? And maybe resting all those guys this week, probably next week, and giving them, you know, a full 14 days to get ready for the regular season. We're not going to see them
in the preseason anymore.
I don't think so.
The starters, that is, on the offensive line.
Yeah.
But Bakhtiari from the ankle on family night seems to be back. Like I said, Balaga is on schedule.
Lane has not had any time yet.
No, he is not. And Patrick,
but we don't know how much they're working at practice. And next Monday will be the last public practice.
Yes.
So you'll have to put your spies out after that.
Oh, I've got my spies. 2nd down and 9 after the timeout. Connor Cook. Nice time. Richard, and hit by Greer Martini. Probably has been the most impressive undrafted player in Packer camp. He's out of Notre Dame. He picks up 5 right there, and he leaves. And then they have
undrafted
a Thomas
rookie.
Yeah, undrafted rookie.
Kumaro.
Yes. Well, on defense, I had to finish the play, but on defense, Greer Martini has been the most impressive undrafted player. And by the way, Kumaro is not a rookie.
He's a first-year player.
He's a first-year player. This is a true rookie free agent. Deal in technicalities. 3rd and 4. That's dropped by Paul Butler, who's a rookie free agent out of Callan, Pennsylvania.
84, that jersey number is not working tonight.
No.
Kendricks missed his. Yeah. He was spinning around. Butler spinning around, and his 84 missed it. You know, I keep seeing Farrell Brown out there, number 81. For the Raiders. Tim Brown wore 81. Why would you give a guy who has the same name as, maybe you had all those jerseys left over, you never took the nameplate off of him from when Tim Brown left.
here to punt for the Oakland Raiders. Johnny Townsend, highest average in SEC history. And Alexander is deep back for Green Bay. Waving for the fair catch. Hit and didn't have a chance to field it. But the ball goes into the end. There goes a flag and all kinds of nonsense.
That is a heads-up play
by Alexander.
Oh, to run over there, to get in line with the gunner, wait for the fair catch, and then it's almost like a batter leaning in to take that fastball on the shoulder. Now, I had to do that because I couldn't hit. So I'd lean in, take that fastball, and I'd get to first base and then steal second and third.
Well, I know you could run. I didn't know you couldn't bat.
There is no foul on the play.
Oh!
The result of the play is a touchback. Timeout.
I don't agree.
Out to the 20. The rookie, Louisville. Alexander was back there.
Signals for the fair catch, and he gets run over.
Gets run into by Nick Nelson out of the University of Wisconsin. A timeout. Mike McCarthy says he likes the fact that there are no cutdowns coming up, not at least for a couple more weeks. It gives a chance for longer evaluation. 1st and 10 after the Raider punt. Hundley looking deep with time. Moving pocket. There goes the flag. Can't find a soul except the Gatorade. Incomplete. That flag was thrown. Mike said, yeah, normally they'd start to cut down here, James,
Holding.
but not now.
Offense, number 68.
Second penalty on Kyle Murphy.
Still first down.
And that first cut down is a huge cut down. To go from 90 to 53. And I asked Mike McCarthy, I said, are the guys who are walking around who have that look in their eyes that, coach, am I going to get cut? And I asked him, how do you address that? He said, you talk to the team about it. Stay focused on today, what you're trying to get accomplished. And don't worry about the cut down because it's going to come, it's going to happen. But if you're worried about it, you're probably going to get cut.
1st and 20 with the penalty. Aaron Jones in the backfield and a couple tight ends for Brett Hundley. Nice crossing pattern. Kendricks will hold on to it this time, and he is lassoed and taken out of bounds by Nicholas Morrow. It is a catch and run of 9, and we go to the sideline and Lance.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. We are joined by Clay Matthews. And Clay, your dad played 19 seasons. You have now played 10. Hard to believe, but is longevity in the Matthews blood?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're discounting my my uncle who played 19 as well and in the Hall of Fame. So longevity definitely is in our blood. But my dad told me a long time ago I don't need to play 19 years with the salaries, in our generation. But, I love this game. I still feel good. I still feel young, and I'll keep doing it until I can't anymore.
Number one question I get from the fans is, how is your nose and how is it playing with a visor?
Nose feels great. I had surgery to repair it in the off season, and obviously coming back, you're a little tentative with taking hits and whatnot. But with the visor, it's been a seamless transition. I wore one in college. Aside from getting a little sweat on it every time you hit somebody, it's fine. It shouldn't be an issue moving forward.
And I always thought after football, Clay, that you'd be the next action hero, but now you're expanding your repertoire with this Ashton Kutcher surprise renovation thing?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. They came to me and asked if I want to do a renovation for somebody in my family and my brother. You guys can watch it online. I don't get in too much depth, but we gave him an awesome renovation. He just had brand new twins. They were struggling. It was a big play miss. But it was a great show, great opportunity. I highly suggest you the viewers go out and check it out because it's awesome, and I'm very appreciative for the opportunity.
Last year he was doing mosaic classes, guys, so Clay Matthews, the true Renaissance man. Back to you guys up there.
Good stuff, Lance. Yeah, he broke his nose in a charity softball game this summer, had the reconstructive surgery, protecting his nose.
There was blood everywhere.
There was, and he wore a face mask briefly while at USC, so he has worn it before, then quickly discarded it. That's fair caught at the 30, hang time of 4.9 on a 46-yard punt. He was fortunate enough not to suffer more serious facial fractures, orbital fracture, anything like that. So they're lucky that it was what it was, ended up being just the broken nose, but surgery required.
I think next year at the charity softball game, there's a big net up in front of him while he's pitching.
There's a look at Clay. Well, this is a familiar venue for you, isn't it, James? Because you played for the Raiders late in your career.
I did, but they were the LA Raiders at the time. If you saw on the sideline, there was Matt Millen yelling at me, my teammate, who's in the broadcast booth next to us. And there I'm wondering if we're ever going to win another game as the Raiders. No.
You don't think that? Chris Warren, who's out of Texas, will get it on 1st and 10 and takes it for a gain of 2. That's right. That was a picture taken in the LA Coliseum, wasn't it? Yes.
Yep.
But you played here. And then
I've never, ever
you're
played
kidding.
here.
I thought you did play a couple games here.
We had a preseason game here when I came back in '93 with the Raiders.
Right.
And in the third quarter, I ran onto the field because somebody got hurt, but they were going to release me the next week. So they called timeout so I wouldn't get hurt and brought me back off the field.
Oh, my God.
All I wanted to do was get out there to say I played in the Oakland Coliseum, and I never got to.
2nd down and 8. Quarterback Connor Cook. Crumbling pocket. And there was a big lunge there by Muhammad Wilkerson. Couldn't get him. He gets out to the 40-yard line. Martinez finally nabs him. Gain of 6. Bring up 3rd and 2. He was a 3-year starter at Michigan State, was Connor Cook. Winningest all-time Spartan quarterback. He was 34-5 as a starter.
And that was a heads-up play. Because there are a lot of quarterbacks who would have barreled forward, taken a big hit. But Connor Cook understood, it's 2nd down. I can slide, and we still have a chance on 3rd down.
3rd and a couple. And Warren will get the 1st down. Rookie free agent on the Texas Longhorns and keeps bulldozing his way up. Hit on the play by a couple, including Josh Jones. It is a 1st down to the Raider 49. Gain of 10.
Warren is one of those players that you look at, and he has height, weight, and speed. 6'2", 246 pounds, runs under 4.5 in the 40, and was productive in college. And with the Raiders this preseason, he's just tearing it up as a ball carrier. Good jump cut right there by the big man.
1st and 10.
This is close to an illegal formation with both guys on the line of scrimmage. I'd throw the flag if I was an official.
Cook, wide open in the middle. Keon Hatcher out of Arkansas, and finally grabbed by Jones. The catch and run to the Green Bay 32. It's a catch and run of 19. Another Raider 1st down.
Quick pass, not enough time to get to the quarterback to pressure him. And those 3-step drops, you get the ball out so quickly, it's tough on the secondary if they're not man-to-man bump and run.
Remember, Carr broke his leg late in the regular season in the 2016 season, and Cook had to come in and start that playoff game in Houston against the Texans and struggled. 1st and 10 handoff here goes to Warren, who will get a yard down to the 31-yard line.
Once again, Kenny Clark right in the middle of a play that's been stopped for less than 2 yards, a gain of 1. He allows those linebackers to isolate themselves because he can soak up a double team. He's kind of like a sponge there in the middle of the defense. He can take a guard and a center and just squeeze them together, and they can't get off to the 2nd level to get the linebackers.
Gilbert this time is on the left side. 2nd down and 9. Fackrell is on the other side. They both got to him. That's why the ball's wobbly and incomplete and uncatchable for Richard.
Now, is the ball wobbly because they were close to the quarterback, or the quarterback got a little scared?
I'm not going to say he got scared. I'm going to say that maybe they touched it. You can see the inactives tonight. Daniel started practicing this week.
Yes.
Perry's off the PUP this week. King practiced this week. And Burks hurt his shoulder, as we've been talking about, in pregame warmups. Cook 3 for his last 9 through the air.
Just watch the edge rushers. Fackrell on that side, and on the top, Gilbert.
They need the Green Bay 23. 3rd down, 9. Outside it goes and out of the reach. The coverage by Alexander. They were going for Hatcher, who earlier had caught one for 19. It took an entire police force to kind of hoist him up on the far side.
You got a photographer who got run over by the wide receiver. Yeah, they're looking. There she is right there.
Young lady,
kind of attending to her.
That's Pat McKenzie again over there. Well, so in a second, 49-yard field goal try by the Raiders to take a lead by 14-year veteran Mike Nugent. This is for the lead, and this is no good. Wide left from 49 yards away. No more Sebastian Janikowski here. Nugent hit earlier from 32. Green Bay is going to get the ball with good beginning field position at the 39-yard line in Packer territory. Mike Pettin is the new defensive coordinator, James, for the Green Bay Packers. When he was the coordinator for the Jets, they finished in total defense in the NFL 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 8th. And if you hear the players talk about Pettin, they love playing in his scheme.
Well, when you have those type of numbers, they love playing in the scheme, because you go talk to the general manager and say, hey, we need a little pay raise here. Look at what we've been able to do. So you love coordinators that can fatten your wallet.
Hundley with the 1st and 10. Outside Kendricks, the catch, and up the sideline, and belts it out of play by Gary and Conley, their 1st-round pick out of Ohio State a year ago. Flag is down at the 43. Catch run of 11 right now for the former Wisconsin Badger. And Ram and Titan and current Green Bay Packer.
Personal foul, lowering the head to initiate contact. Defense, number 31, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Marcus Gilchrist, we saw a little.
That's a tough one. He just got run over on the sideline. The big guy's coming, and you're kind of trying to get your shoulder in there, down near the legs, and John Gruden's not real happy with it. Well, it's 21, and then both of them.
We got him with his shoulder, though.
Yeah, but you know the tough thing, that shoulder is attached to the head, and it's hard to get those too far apart. If he puts his head across him, he's in danger of really hurting himself. So you're trying to get that shoulder in there. That's a call that I don't think either head coach is really in favor of.
Joel Boigneau is in the backfield, and he's going to get the call out of Northern Illinois with a run on that 1st and 10 down to the 32. Just a little housekeeping. The NFL came out after last weekend's games and said there were 52 such calls made, and 11 of them were wrong. And as Mike was talking with us this morning, that's basically what 25% were wrong, as they all, teams and officials try to deal with this new rule. And that is not a good sign.
Injury timeout for Bell.
Bell is going off.
They made him leave the field, and he looks like he's getting off under his own power. I don't know if he got up slowly, if he twisted an ankle.
2nd and 7 from the 32.
He's a little disturbed. He's trying to explain what happened and why they took him off the field.
Dylan Day will come in and take his place. They got him off the Bronco practice squad.
Did he do the deep knee bends before he went out?
He was doing the deep. He had the bends. 2nd down and 7. Hundley slithering his way to the 28. And from behind, Trayvon Hester brings him down. He's out of Toledo last year and a 7th-round pick, and he picks up about 3, now 3rd and 4 for Green Bay.
And Bell coming back out onto the field, so that's kind of a good sign. I would almost let this go down to the 2-minute warning. Give him, a little more breathing time, and see on 3rd and 4 what you can do after the 2-minute warning.
We're at the 2-minute warning.
The 2-minute warning.
Here in Oakland, California, tied at 3 on the Packers television network. All right, we're back in Oakland, and the Packers at the 2-minute warning have it at the 29-yard line. 3rd down and 4 is coming up.
Just remember, Kevin, these receivers are going up against the Raiders' starting secondary, so it's a good test for these young receivers out there right now.
Hundley. Bell back in, by the way, at the guard. Hundley, incomplete, threw into a thicket, looking for Geronimo Allison. Heavily covered on the play. Coming up on the Toyota halftime report, our Lance Allen had a chance to sit down earlier this week with Packer linebacker Reggie Gilbert. We'll also check in with your local news and have stats and highlights from tonight's first half. Coming up and on deck on the Toyota halftime report. They're going to go for it on 4th and 4.
4th down. Brent Hundley, keep the play alive. You don't throw a ball away on 4th down. You keep it alive if you can.
Boigneau is in the backfield. Looking for a block. Hundley will throw. Looked like even he was hit as he was going through, and they were going outside for the star of the first preseason game, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Incomplete. We're going for 83.
A little bit of a step up for these receivers to have to go against Like I said, the starters for the Raiders. It's not like they're going up against other rookies or second or third team guys. Those were the Raiders' top 5 defenders. And that time, 2 plays in a row, they were able to keep these young receivers in check.
So on downs, the Packers will give it up. Cook remains the Raider quarterback. We saw Derek Carr early in the game. There goes a flag.
Yeah, 12 guys coming out of the huddle with that 12th guy running onto the field. And now they're going to have a discussion because he was not in the huddle and he ran straight off the field.
Too many men in the huddle. Okay, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
John Gruden taking the place of Jack Del Rio. There's Tom Cable. He was a one-time coach here. Went to Seattle. Now he's back in Oakland as we check the ground game stats powered by Cenex. Be sure to stop by your local Cenex and fuel up on the way to your next Packers game. Cenex is the proud petroleum partner of the Green Bay Packers. On the ground, you saw it 1st and 15. Cook, Richard, and over there the versatile Jermaine Whitehead. Out of bounds after a gain of 3, and he stops the clock getting to the Raider 27.
It's a good test for the defenders right there now, because the one thing you have to do in a 2-minute drill is you have to tackle in space. Things are spread out. You know that they're going to be throwing the football. You've got to be able to tackle in space.
5 defensive backs for Green Bay, 2nd down and 12. Cook. Time to throw and picked off by Jackson. Here he goes again. 2 in a row. Pick 6. You bet it is. Nice play. Flag has been thrown. Josh Jackson with another pick 6. But let's see about the flag.
Far side, away from the play. There's a little hand fighting between the receiver and the defensive back. I saw the receiver push off at the end of the play.
Defense.
Yeah.
Number 26. 5-yard penalty.
On Herb Waters.
Automatic first down.
Not much of a hold, but it doesn't negate what Josh Jackson just put on film. Because he did it again. In position to make a play, covering the slot receiver. All the things that you want from a young player, and being fearless, driving on the football, and being physical enough to knock him out of the way, and then having the wheels to get into the end zone.
Had that 22-yard pick 6 last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st down and 10. Cook. Fackrell pushing the pocket. Incomplete to Richard. Coverage on the play. Martinez and Jackson were there.
Fackrell and Reggie Gilbert, great pressure, just squeezing that pocket down, and enough push inside where the quarterback can't step up and escape the pocket.
Boy, they are all messed up on the sideline markers here on the near side.
Well, the one on the near sideline indicates where the drive started, not where the 10-yard marker would be, but where the drive initially started.
Just to rearrange that down marker, here is the handoff, and Richard hit by Waters.
Waters made up for that little bit of a hold that he had. That was a big man play coming from a guy who's not really a big man. He came up and really stuffed that run. Jalen Richard thought he had a lane to run through, but Waters was right there to muddy it up. Get that muddy Waters like that?
I got it. Yeah, it was good. 2 timeouts, 3rd down and 8. Cook. Good time and deep and incomplete. That fluttered. Keon Hatcher was in his sights. Incomplete near midfield. 3rd down and 8.
That's a very impressive 2-minute drive stop, because you have an interception return for a touchdown, they get a 1st down off of it, and then 3 more quick downs. You stop a run, 2 incomplete passes. Now you're getting the ball back, and you got your rookie back here as your punt return man. These punters have been skying the ball, though.
They have 2 rookies who battled each other in the SEC. This is Johnny Townsend, picked just ahead of J.K. Scott, landing at the 29, hang of 4.19. And Alexander, who's been very impressive in how he has handled these duties tonight, will let it bounce. 35-yard punt. The newest bistro at Titletown, 46 below. Offers a quick bite, beverage, They're both located under the hill. 46 below offers indulgences for any palate. Here's a look at Aaron Rodgers.
When you run a 2-minute hurry-up drill, you want a starter. You know, normally you think of starters and you think of all the things that are on the appetizer menu, but you would like a play that starts you off in a positive fashion, a quick run, a quick draw, something that starts the drive going.
Hundley 1st and 10. Incomplete. I don't know if the
receiver
was
stopped, and
yeah.
Hundley expected him to keep going. If there's nothing in front of you on the field, you normally continue on your route.
Going for D'Angelo Yancey. 2nd down and 10. Packers with 2 timeouts, like the Raiders. Clock at 49 seconds. The numbers for Hundley tonight. His quarterback rating in preseason, 86. Buonio is in the backfield. Oh, they got around the tackles again. That time Murphy couldn't hold him. That ball is loose. Is it a fumble? Was the question. Was it a pass or was it a ball that was jarred free? But boy, they were coming around the right side. They were pushing on the left side, and there was no breathing space. Murphy got pushed back. Incomplete pass. They're ruling it. Fidel Brown
fumbled forward under 2 minutes. Only the fumbling player can recover and advance. So we'll bring it back to the fumble spot. Oakland has called timeout. Their second.
It looked like his hand was going through that pass.
A fumble's not a turnover, but this play should still be reviewed upstairs.
That was not a fumble.
So they'll look at it upstairs.
Please reset the game clock to 36 seconds. 36 on the game clock.
I think when he hits his elbow and the ball may leave the hand for a moment, and then if it retouches it, then it is a fumble going forward. So it's a booth review inside 2 minutes, and they're taking a look at it. But it's an issue with the tackles not being able to hold up against this one-on-one pass rush drill, which is basically what they're having here and here. They've got to be able to do a better job.
Well, they ruled it a fumble, and here's more pressure on the quarterback, and it was caught by Buonio. The pressure again by Brown. Hundley took a big-time drill.
Yeah, you got linemen downfield blocking, receivers downfield blocking early.
What Mike talk about tonight, he wants discipline. He wants the mental errors to be corrected, and we've seen them on both sides tonight.
Pass interference, offense, number 82. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Jamon Moore.
That was a 31-second possession there. And now you're giving the ball back to the Raiders.
Well, they're going to get pretty good field position. That's J.K. Scott, who has had hang times tonight of 4.75, 4.81, 4.91. Here he goes again.
That's low.
It is low, and they're going to let it bounce. Hit the 35, and is going to bounce another 15 yards down to the 20-yard line. 61-yard punt with a good bounce.
That took 12 seconds. We've seen more punts rather, than we have points. 7 punts so far in the game and 6 points.
82 points. Again, the Pittsburgh, they just were scoring every time.
They ran out of points last week.
They ran out of points.
But defensively, I think the Raiders in their first 3 drives crossed midfield, but they only scored 3 points. So those first 3 drives, they did a good job, and they've done a good job late here in the second quarter against the Raider offense.
Warren, the rookie free agent out of Texas, is the running back. The quarterback is Connor Cook, and it's 1st and 10. And he squirms away and gets out to the 24-yard line after the initial hit by Whitehead, who was shooting through, and that'll be the final play of the first half. Green Bay in the first half got a 42-yard field goal, then punt, lost it on downs, and punt. And field goal on the first possession for Carr, the starting quarterback for the Raiders. But after that, punts and interceptions and a missed field goal. And this takes us to halftime, tied at 3 on the Packers television network. Welcome back to Oakland, California. It's a 3-3 ball game going to the second half. First half had 10 penalties, 7 punts. James Lofton, a total of 6 points. Let's go to the sideline and Lance as we take a look at the defense. Defense of Green Bay right there showing
great coverage on the back end. You had pass rush up front. All the elements that you want from your defense. In last week's ball game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, there are a lot of big plays that the Steelers were able to come up with. Today, not so much. This defensive unit has responded. Lance, you got the numbers.
All right, thank you very much. We are joined live by Mike McCarthy. And Mike, I know the penalty wiped out Josh Jackson's interception, but 2 weeks in a row he makes a play. Jair Alexander, you got some rookies with some great ball skills, don't you?
Definitely. I mean, they're not only excellent corners, they have the ball skills you're looking for. Both those guys have come up big, and Josh to do it 2 weeks in a row has been very impressive.
Jamon Moore with a couple of catches. Does that help his confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just got some guys doing some nice things, but the fact of the matter, got way too many penalties to slow us up.
Is that what you need to see in the second half? Just a cleaner play, would you say?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Good luck in the second half. All right, Mike McCarthy joining us live. Back up to you guys.
Lance, thank you very much. Some of the halftime numbers, as you see right there, a lot of penalties, and we mentioned this back in the first half, James, that Mike did not want to go through the mental issues that have plagued the team over the first 2 games. But sure enough, like the Raiders, they have been struggling with that part of the game. So the Raiders, who won the initial flip of the coin, will be kicking off here to begin the second half. It's presented by Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Blaine's Best Price Promise guarantees you the lowest price or they'll match it. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, the original, authentic, still family owned since 1955. The kickoff coming from Mike Nugent. And Valdez-Scantling. Oh, and he fumbled the ball, and it rolls out of bounds at about the 10. Moore was chasing it, but Valdez-Scantling was back there retrieving the kickoff for Green Bay.
You cannot come to a complete stop on any play because then you're just moving as fast as the paint that's on the field. You've got to continue to be in motion when you're a professional football player.
New quarterback is Deshaun Kaiser. Third quarter sponsored by the Wisconsin Dental Association. Look for the sign of a dentist who is committed to professional excellence in your oral health. Visit WDA.org to find a Wisconsin Dental Association dentist near you. 1st and 10 from the 10. Boigneau is the running back. And putting his head down to the 13-yard line, led the Packers in rushing during the first 2 games. 24 carries and 68 yards in the first 2 games and a touchdown. Deshaun Kaiser, what have you thought about his preseason so far coming into tonight?
Well, and we've talked about this. I had 4 Cleveland Brown games last year, 3 of them which he started, 1 he didn't. I like his composure, and I like the way he's growing within this offense.
2nd and 7 with Spriggs and Murphy still the tackles. Here's a nice pass down the sideline and complete for Equanimous St. Brown, the rookie from Notre Dame.
Throw that ball to give the receiver a chance to maybe slow down a little bit, to go up, to use your 6-foot 5-inch frame, and to make a play. If you just throw it on a line and hope that he runs under it and has enough speed to get there, that's not as good an opportunity for the receiver to make a play on the ball.
Brown caught passes from his college teammate Kaiser at Notre Dame. They overlapped a year from the 13-yard line. 3rd and 7 for Green Bay. Everybody moving there.
That sure did look like defense moving first, but probably not.
I told you about the tackles. There's Day, who is now playing center. I'll take that back. Lucas Patrick is still playing center. Day is playing the left guard. Pankey is still at the right guard.
As a play caller, Mike McCarthy witnessed the lack of protection in the first half. So you've got to do something to try and counter that. What you do, you put a tight end there, at least it makes that defensive end squeeze down a little more.
Packers in the first half, 1 of 7 on third down, 3rd and 12. He gets, got a face mask, and he's finally hitting the deck at about the 2. They fall on him with Trayvon Hester, but flag is thrown right where he's tackled. It looked like perhaps a face mask, losing 5 on that play. And Patrick looks to be perhaps a little beaten up. Ty Montgomery had a foot injury in the first half. Oren Burks hurt his shoulder at pre-game warm-up, so 2 interesting injuries for Green Bay so far.
Both by the defense. Illegal hands to the face. Number 95. That penalty's declined. Personal foul. Face mask. 97. That penalty is accepted. 15 yards. Automatic first down.
You see those hands to the face right up on that face mask. You cannot put it up and push that face mask up. And then we all saw the hands to the face and the face mask penalty against the quarterback.
To the 23. Deshaun Kaiser. Quiet in the trade for Demarius Randall. 1st and 10. Guanyo to the 22. And losing a yard. 2nd down and 11.
All the dimensions, 6'4", 235 pounds, started 15 games last year and had some success. 11 touchdown passes, 5 rushing touchdowns. Had a lot of problems once he got down into the red zone. He threw a lot of interceptions on that end of the field, but he never was afraid to let go of the football. Sometimes you got to be a little smarter, but he's fearless out there.
2nd down 11. Hit and brought down. Shalik Calhoun was the one to get him right there. Played at Michigan State, former Big Ten Defensive Lineman of the Year. 3rd round pick 3 years ago by the Raiders. Thrown for an 8-yard loss. And they'll push the ball back to the Green Bay 14-yard line.
If you were game planning this game, you would look at your offensive tackles and you say, Murphy, Spriggs, they're not going to be able to hold up one-on-one against these guys. We're going to put the backs over there to chip, the tight end to chip. But you're just trying to play it straight and give these guys a chance to show you what they can do. And so far, they're not showing as well as what they'd like to.
Kaiser in preseason, a 108 quarterback rating. Handoff goes to Guanyo on 3rd and 19. And he's out to the 18-yard line. It's 4th down, and they will send the punting unit back out onto the field. 2nd consecutive punt. And this will be the 5th punt for Green Bay tonight.
Number 15, Ryan Switzer.
J.K. Scott has had good hang time tonight. Deep back Ryan Switzer. 33. Hang time of just under 5 seconds. Nice special teams tackle right there by Green Bay's Josh Jones. 49-yard punt. 3 minutes gone in the 3rd on the Packers television network.
This Packers preseason game is sponsored by Spectrum, Menards, Forefront Dermatology.
Packers just punted for the 5th time in their last 6 possessions. New quarterback is in for the Oakland Raiders, veteran E.J. Manuel. He is 6 years out of Florida State, came here as an unrestricted free agent last season from Buffalo, and Jack Del Rio was the head coach. They have the 1st and 10. Warren will get by one oncoming. That's Beagle. He broke that tackle, then the gang tackle, and a flag, another one. Gain of a yard.
March them back.
Holding. Offense. Number 81. 10-yard penalty. First down.
How many penalties is that in this game now? We've had a bunch. We had 10 in the first half combined. We've had 4 in this second half. In less than 4 minutes of the second half, we've had 4 more. So Green Bay will have all second and third string players in there right now. 1st and 20 for Manuel. He's got a wide open receiver. That is Marcel Aitman, rookie out of Oklahoma State. And that is a gain of 9. This is before the game. Cobb and Rogers and Jordy Nelson with a chat for his old teammates. Devontae Adams there. Saw a little bit of Jordy before the game and in the first quarter.
9 great years with the Packers.
Yes, he did. Comeback player of the year in the NFL in 15, Pro Bowler in 14. 2nd down 11, Manuel. Flushed and chased. Donnerson is chasing him and then pushed out of bounds by Greer Martini. And he gets the first down, and he gets it up to the Raider 42. A scramble of 13 and a first down for Oakland.
So you see the scramble, you see the guy break out of the pocket. What you don't get on that play, if you're grading the film, great coverage on the back end. So the corners, they get pluses. The safeties, they get pluses. You have to be aware of that quarterback scrambling out of the pocket. Nice job by E.J. Manuel, showing off his speed.
Good look there at James Crawford. 1st and 10. Warren. I think he was initially belted by Tyler Lancaster. He's a rookie free agent on Northwestern on that defensive line for Green Bay. Gain of about 5 and put him at the 4, make it 4. Put at the 46. This crew is very slow putting the ball down.
The player that's kind of in the rotation that we want to keep an eye on is really Montravius Adams, number 90, because he's going to be out there in the regular season, I think. And I think he should be a dominant player when he does play.
2nd down and 6. Hey, you say it. He performs. Adams with the hit. Held on. No gain on the play. Warren found no room to roam.
Let me see if I got this right. I circle them and they do something.
Yes. That's called outstanding analysis.
He's just so quick in that first step that he's a difference maker. Tough to block, and a nice job by the outside linebacker crashing in, turning that play in Vince Beagle, which allowed Adams to make the play.
Didn't make it to his first padded practice last summer. Foot injury, broken bone, surgery, screws inserted into his left foot. He missed camp. There go the flags.
Offense, number 69. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
Travius Adams, probably the 5th defensive lineman after Daniels, Clark, Wilkerson, and Lowry. Now 3rd and 11.
And somebody that, they can use every week. Because I think he has that position flexibility where he can be your defensive end and he can slide down in the 4-man pass rush and get in that tackle spot also.
Made his NFL debut last season in week 3, then didn't play again until week 9. 3rd and 11. Manuel, it's right through his hands, and he's going to cover it up and hit the deck, and flying through is Ahmad Thomas. Nice play by Thomas. Right through the hands of Manuel. And a loss of 16. Here comes the punting unit for the Raiders.
That snap had a little bit of juice on it. But what happens is when you are moving and shifting along the defensive line, quarterbacks, you've got to keep your eye on that ball, and they want it at a certain level. And when it goes up a little bit, one eye's on the ball, one eye's on those defensive linemen coming to get you.
Johnny Townsend will punt, and Alexander is deep back. Crowded, did not touch a soul, and will be downed at about the 25, hang a 4-7, 50-yard punt. Neither team has scored in the last 27 minutes. Tadlock did 3 in 8:21 in the 3rd. Well, it's not just for Sundays. The Lambeau Field Atrium is the perfect place to shop, visit, eat, play, and spend the day. Visit Packers.com for all the action. I had some friends the other day that went in the Packer Pro Shop and could not believe it's the greatest experience they had of any athletic apparel or
they able to get
novelty
a jersey
shop.
with number 1 on it and HARLAN on the back.
Absolutely love it.
HARLAN number 1.
Kaiser remains the quarterback. We have some changes on the offensive line. We'll get to 1st and 10. And the handoff here goes to LaShawn Daniels. And he is 2 years out of Iowa. Picks up 7. And he's up to the 31-yard line. Let's go to the sideline.
All right, we're here with Tramon Williams live. And Tramon, just like old times, last week, pick 6, you sit on the route just like that Atlanta game going to the Super Bowl.
It was great, man. I don't think you could have written it any better, so it was fun.
How about the fact that you can play safety, you can play corner, you can play slot? Do you think we'll see you play all 3 this year?
I think it's a high possibility that you can see me play all 3 of those. Been in the defense before, know all positions, and our D coordinator like to move guys around, so I can't play all 3.
And I know your Twitter handle is High Riser because of your vertical, but you got to run for your money for athleticism in your family with Chantrell, your wife, great basketball player, now Tramon Jr., I understand, 3-time All-American in track and field.
3-time All-American track and field. Had one of the fastest times in the nation in track at 7 years old. So, yeah, I got some athletes in the family and got something to look forward to.
Tramon, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Lance.
All right, Tramon Williams joining us live. 35 years old. This guy's not losing a step. Back up to you guys.
Not at all. In high school in Louisiana, Tramon was second in the state in the long jump and the triple jump, and he was third in the high jump. So his son being, I guess, a track, and of course you know all about that, having just missed the Olympics yourself.
That's long jump, triple jump, and high jump.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of
jumping.
A lot of different shoes too. You have a high jump shoe that's different than the long jump shoe, which is different than a triple jump shoe.
I did not know that. There's Daniels again. Daniels was signed this week, undrafted, originally with New England, cut, went to the LA Chargers and the Washington practice squad, promoted to the Redskins active roster last November, played 4 games for Washington, then hurt his hand and was put on IR, released in March, and he signs with Green Bay. They signed him over the weekend. Him and Bronson Hill were signed because of all the injuries to the running backs. 3rd down and 7. Kaiser, look out! Down he goes. Nicholas Morrow comes up the middle and brings him down. A sack and a loss. And they push him back into about the 27-yard line. Green Bay 0 of 8 on 3rd downs.
LaShawn Daniels stepped up in there and picked up a blitzing linebacker. Now, they had an extra guy. I don't know if he got by the guard or the center. But Daniels, who's only been here, since Monday, has run the ball effectively and just picked up a blitz on that last play.
J.K. Scott will boot it. It's high. It's hanging. And it's fair caught by Griff Whalen. He's played in the NFL for some time. 36-yard punt. About 4-8 on the hang for Scott. A break in Oakland. Only Packer concerns tonight with injuries include Ty Montgomery with a foot injury. Had to walk off the field under his own power, but he's done. And Oren Burks, a pregame shoulder injury. We've not gotten a lot of definition on each, but those are just to update you. Things to look for in the Packer coverage tomorrow. 1st and 10, Manuel gives off to Warren. There's another flag, and there's a tackle. This is made by Martini. It is a gain of 2 up to the 36 of the Raiders. Packers have punted 3 consecutive times and 6 in their last 7 possessions.
Holding. Offense. Number 81. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Your guy, Farrell Brown. We're talking about some track and field of Tramon Williams and his son. And James, you ran a little track and field at Stanford.
I did, and you know, when I was in, look at that, nobody even close in 2nd place. But when I was running, it wasn't
where's
a big deal to be
against a ghost
multi-sport athlete. And track and field was something that players used to be able to do a lot, but now there's so much emphasis on spring football and getting in the weight room that you don't have track and field athletes.
Balls fumble. And recovered by Martini on a hit by Raven Green. Raven Green had the hit, and Martini is the one to vacuum it in.
We are getting close to the go-ahead points, Kevin. No tie, no overtime. That ball's out before it hits the ground.
Green with the hit.
And
Martini.
you see how when he turned, he tried to also get his forearm out there so his head didn't hit first. trying to go lower than the quarterback, but you're trying to get that shoulder turned and form in there. All the things that you need to be able to do to make a good tackle and to force the ball out.
Raven Green, who was a high school wide receiver in Virginia Beach, he was undrafted. Kaiser is going to go deep and goes underneath, checks it off, and gets it off to the running back, Bonio, and then finally brought down on the play by a couple, including Hester.
Great job by Bonio once he caught that ball.
What'd you call
Bonio?
Him? No, it's not Bonio.
It's not
Bonio.
But a great job getting up the field, because if it's man-to-man coverage, you can kind of get to the outside. Zone coverage, you run right along the inside of the numbers, stick your foot in the ground, and go. Bonio.
No, it's not Bonio.
I asked him before the game.
No, you did not. Bonio, and almost loses his hat there with the tackle made by Shakir Soto out of Pitt. Let's talk about this kid, because he has led them in rushing. He led the Packers the first 2 games. He was released by the Bears with an injury settlement last summer. He worked out for 5 teams through the course of last year, then signed with Green Bay in January. He's a California native, and tonight he has over 30 relatives, family members that are here at the game watching him play. That's kind of fun. Look out the blitz, and Kaiser throws it away. Boy, they were streaming in. There was no breathing space on that 2nd down and 9.
No, there's no vanilla on that defense on the last play. You were bringing 6 rushers coming after the quarterback. There was a play-action fake. You were trying to set up a screen to the tight end, and a nice job by Kaiser to get rid of that ball. You throw it at the feet. You don't want it bouncing up in the air off somebody's leg. So good job of grounding the ball intentionally, but not taking intentional grounding as a penalty.
Kaiser, whose dad played a little college basketball at Bowling Green. His mom ran track at the University of Toledo. 1 of 4 throwing. 3rd and 9. Pankey with the block at the right tackle. That's caught across the middle. Grabbed at the 10. Lassoed by Emmanuel Byrd. Out of Marshall. The catch. And he goes down to the 10. And the Packers have entered the quick trip red zone 13-yard pickup.
And the reason that they are there is because their 5 offensive linemen formed a pocket around Deshaun Kaiser, allowed him to look to the right, scan the middle of the field, and then get Byrd coming in from the left on a deep square end by the tight end. So great pass protection on that last play by the front 5.
Kaiser had 2 touchdown passes last week. Kumaro and Tunyon. 1st down and goal. He'll rifle one inside the 5 and caught by Byrd, the tight end, and brought down on the play by Dallin Levitt. It's a gain of 7, 2nd goal.
Once again, taking advantage of a little bit of a mismatch. You split your tight end out. They send a Dallin Levitt out there, who's more of a special teams guy, a rookie, and you get a matchup that you like that's very favorable, and you go to it.
Byrd was on the practice squad last year for Green Bay. Kaiser 2nd down and goal. Spriggs the left tackle. Pankey the right tackle. Here they come. Kaiser with a floater for the tight end Byrd, and incomplete with coverage on the play by Dallin Levitt. He's a rookie free agent out of Utah State.
I almost think that Byrd was a little bit out of gas right there. They'd gone to him a couple times, and so just a little flat-footed, not able to accelerate away. And there's some contact there, but I don't think enough to draw the flag.
Byrd was a college quarterback and tied in at Georgia Military College. He was initially going to go to Alabama Birmingham, but the program dropped football.
But then they brought it back.
And then they brought it back, yeah, but they dropped it when he went there. He was a high school quarterback in Georgia, and a good one. 3rd and goal. Valdez-Scantling in motion. Kaiser. And looking for Valdez-Scantling, incomplete. He had coverage on the play, and Nick Nelson, the 4th-round pick, rookie out of the Badger program at Madison, was there covering.
Plays that you see the first unit run, that you see Randall Cobb and Devontae Adams run in practice, and you're back in line taking what coaches call a mental rep. You've got to be able to absorb those mental reps, because you don't get a chance to run all the plays that the starters do. You've got to be able to pick those things up and incorporate them in your game when it's your chance to go. And count how many Raiders are on the field right now.
4th and goal. Whoop. Timeout, Green Bay.
Timeout, Oakland. They're first.
Oh, the Raiders took a timeout. Frustrated Gruden. Tied at 3, 2.5 in the third on the Packers television network. Raiders took a timeout, didn't like their personnel. Green Bay 4th and goal.
I don't know if I wouldn't be going for the go-ahead field goal right here, as sparse as points have been today.
Well, Kaiser's had success in this preseason getting him in. Everybody moving. Bonneau, that is a touchdown with great ease and flags. 1-2 on the field. So he scores again. Bonneau, who had a 1-yard touchdown run against the Tennessee Titans in preseason game number 1.
An awfully big hole. You get a hole that big, somebody's being restricted.
There were 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Holding, number 55, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 55, that penalty is accepted.
They got 2 on Dylan Day.
He held and he chop blocked.
Say, wait a minute.
That's versatility.
He's rocking the pony tonight. Dylan Day.
Coming in from the right side there. Now, not much of a chop block. He missed his block, slipped down, and then as he's down on the ground, the center touches his man. So you can't contact the guy high and low. Understand the chop block, and then probably just held him.
Crosby with the 36-yard field goal to give Green Bay the lead. 2.5 in the third. A fumble by the Raiders sets up that Green Bay field goal, but they had it beginning at the 20-yard line, so disappointing they could not get it in.
But on tape, you have Bonneau bouncing that to the correct hole. So doing all. If you're the guy whose play was being held, it's not like that play never existed. Coaches see, and they're grading everybody as they go down the line, and so, you know, the running back, they get a little plus right there on that last play. And Coach McCarthy's not going to let him know that running off the field with that look on his face. So
that wide receiver group, as you see Bonneau right there, the wide receiver group has certainly drawn a lot of attention. After the first 3, it's kind of wide open, and they could keep as many as 7. So that's 4 positions and a lot of competition. You had that scoring summary moments ago seen on your screen by Spectrum. Crosby. And Griff Whalen will leave it in the end zone for the Oakland Raiders.
Number 13, Griff Whalen. Now it's going to kick off in the end zone.
There's a Spectrum scoring summary.
8 plays, 16 yards. You'd call that a snail's pace.
In camp, Mike has been playing the ones against the ones on offense and ones on defense. Aaron Rodgers has taken about the most snaps he's ever taken in practice. Quality work for him. 1st and 10. Manuel, and that was incomplete as he was going for Chris Warren.
As soon as you were saying quality work, then you had a non-quality throw. You've got a swing pass. You are at the professional level. You're in your 6th year, a former #1 pick by the Buffalo Bills. That is a pass that you have to be able to execute in this offense in your sleep, or when John Gruden comes into the office at 3:30 in the morning.
2nd and 10. Warren, who's getting a lot of work tonight, was grabbed by a couple, including Greer Martini. Undrafted, he made a very positive impression on Packers coaches and staff in a rookie tryout, and they signed him. And he's been terrific on kickoff coverage and punt returns. And
when you had that rookie minicamp, you have some players who are coming back from injury there, but you have the rookies that you drafted, and they actually have their names on a printed plate. The other guys just have their names scribbled up there in stuff that you can erase. Almost an interception on that play right there.
Aitman made the grab, and then he was quickly knocked down by Dimitri Goodson. And the gain is about 9. It is good for a first down to the Raider 41.
Goodson's all over this. Look at the ball comes in, and he actually assists in the catch. If he just lets that ball go by, Aikman doesn't have a chance to get to it. That's a nice concentration catch by Aikman.
Chris Warren. Wrapped up by Kendall Donnerson out of Southeast Missouri. He is a rookie and 7th round pick. Clock winding down to a minute to play here in the third quarter, with a gain of 4 right there, setting up 2nd down and 6.
You're on that dirt infield. There's not a lot of opportunities to stick your foot in the ground, wiggle, to shake and do all that. So this is a lot of just downhill running straight down the pipe there.
2nd down and 6. Manuel flushed and running. And Beagle with a nice open field tackle of the Raider quarterback at the 46. Beagle is in need of some big plays. A quiet preseason. He has not stood out. Questions about, in this kind of NFL, is he big enough, James, to work on offensive tackles? Is he strong enough? Is he fast enough to play that position?
Well, let's go to Reggie Gilbert, because when Reggie Gilbert came in, it took a year, 2 years to finally get your footing. So it doesn't happen at the same pace for everybody. It may happen here, it may happen somewhere else. It doesn't mean that it will never happen.
Packers have a lead. They got a fumble, and they got a 36-yard field goal cashing in. There's Gilbert. He's been the talk of camp, and Beagle trying to get in that play as well. Let's go to the fourth. Fourth quarter tonight brought to you by Concordia University, Wisconsin. Proud to be the preferred MBA of the Green Bay Packers. Visit cuw.edu/Packers to learn more. Concordia University. Live uncommon.
Do you remember when you used to get confused, / backslash? Now it's just so common.
I'm still confused. Starting the fourth quarter, 3rd and 5.
Maybe you need to get your MBA at Concordia University, Wisconsin.
Richard, the running back, wide open. Griff Whalen finds the crease and takes it into the secondary. Brought down by Raven Green. A catch and run at 24 to the Green Bay 30-yard line.
That same slant play beat the Packers in their game against the Tennessee Titans. You missed the receiver coming off the line. You cut underneath. The ball's thrown on top of you. And the catch and a run. Griff Whalen, who is a Stanford grad, who I actually have worked with during a couple off seasons on his pass catching skills.
He was with Andrew Luck, wasn't he, at Stanford?
I did that for him right there. No.
1st and 10, Warren. Nice tackle by Beagle.
Yeah.
Beagle's had a couple tackles now. We talked about him having to make a splash. I think tonight we are finally seeing him play his best preseason game for sure.
And you wonder where, we talk about the 53-man roster, but when we talk to Mike McCarthy, he talks about the 63 and the 75-man roster, because when injuries happen, you want to be able to plug and play people who've been in your training camp, who've been in your off-season programs, who when they come in November or December can come in and play right away.
Manuel 2nd down and 10, and he goes outside, and this is caught by the tight end. That's Marcel Aitman out of Oklahoma State. He's a 7th round rookie, and he picks up 7, bringing up 3rd and 3 to the Green Bay 23.
And it's funny, we don't look at Aitman as a big player, but he's 6'4", 216 pounds. And I don't know when that got to be kind of small, because you do have a lot of huge receivers out there from time to time, but that's kind of like the average size. He doesn't look overly big or chunky or anything, but 216 pounds and well put together kid.
I said tight end. He played some tight end in Oklahoma State. He's now playing more receiver. Here comes Warren, got the block, and then had his legs cut from under him with the hit by Goodson, but a nice 10-yard run by Chris Warren, and that is down to the 13.
And Goodson had to stick his shoulders and kind of knife in there and really catches his head on the runner's knee. And I saw the officials kind of looking at him to check how he was getting up off the ground. Did he get up quickly? Did he look like he had some cobwebs? Because they're all about player safety, and they'd stop the game if they thought he had been dinged up a little bit.
E.J. Manuel, first down and 10, handoff to Warren. He's looking for a block, and Marcus Baugh, the rookie out of Ohio State, offers him one and gives him a gain of 1. Beagle, Martini, a couple guys limiting him to a gain of a yard to the Green Bay 12.
And that's exactly what you have to do against a big back. Make him stop and then change direction, because if he gets up momentum and a head of steam, he's going to run through some arm tackles. But when he has to come to a complete stop, he doesn't have the quickness that a smaller back would have.
Packers have 5 in the secondary. Second down and 9. Manuel, and almost picked off. Josh Hawkins coming in there and breaking it up. Pretty play by Hawk. Third-year player out of East Carolina. 3rd and 9 for the Raiders.
Nice job by the underneath coverage, because he has to wait to throw this ball, and Aikman kind of doesn't really want to run in there a lot. You know, you see A.J. Manuel kind of motioning, you keep coming. I know you're going to get hit anyways, but keep coming. You're making me look bad right here.
Hawkins started in 3 games last year for the Pack. 3rd down and 9.
That's that play clock kicking down.
E.J. Manuel to the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Seth Roberts. They had the coverage by both Whitehead and by Quentin Rollins. Rollins coming back from the torn Achilles of a year ago.
Nice job by Rollins. You know, what he does is he does not allow E.J. Manuel to throw that ball in there comfortably. He's right there on the heels of Seth Roberts, forcing that ball to be thrown high and out of bounds.
Rollins is up and down playing the corner, now at the Achilles, playing that safety. There's a 30-yard field goal for the tie, and it's up and through by Nugent. 30-yard field goal. We are tied at 6. We're early in the 4th from Oakland to California.
This Packers preseason game is sponsored by Fleet Farm, Toyota Dealers, Wisconsin Dental Association, and Spectrum.
59 degrees here in Oakland, California, and the temperature is dropping. We're tied at 6. We just got a field goal of 30 yards from the Oakland Raiders. Big play was a catch and run of 24 yards by Griff Whalen.
All 3 rookie receivers are back deep in the kickoff return alignment.
Marquez, Valdez, Scantling will leave it in the end zone. So the scoring summary is presented by Spectrum. Spectrum's network delivers enough bandwidth for today and whatever comes next. 13-yard play. Nugent got that was a 30-yard field goal, not 40. Am I right? Was it 30 or 40? Go back and look at my notes. Hold on here. We're all.
Well, a 30-yard field goal would have been off the dirt, and I think it was closer than that. So I think it was a 30-yard field goal from the 20-yard line.
That said 40. We're going to check this out. Here's the run. It goes by Bronson Hill with a flag thrown. It was a 40-yard field goal. So the graphic was correct in Bronson Hill.
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
'70 is Alex Light. He's a rookie free agent out of Richmond. And Bronson Hill was originally signed by Buffalo in 2015. And then he spent time with 7 teams over the last 3 years, mostly in camp and on practice squads. 1st and 20. And this is the aforementioned Hill to the 18-yard line and whacked in the play by Azim Victor, a 6th-round rookie out of Washington for the Raider D.
You know, it's tough when you don't know how much pass rush is coming at you. Because you've got routes that are a lot deeper than that little check down throw to the running back. But you're not confident that they're going to hold up, that you have a chance to look for the deep square in at 20 yards down the field, and you check the ball down.
DeShone Kizer played 2 years at Notre Dame. Started 23 of 25 games. Wide open in the middle. Nice catch by Jamon Moore. 3rd reception tonight. And he almost has it look like finally it's starting to click. The 4th-round rookie out of Missouri.
And a nice job by Kizer in using his eyes to kind of look the defense off. Watch as he looks to the left here and then he comes back to the right. That moves the underneath coverage. Sure, he knows what's going on the right side, but he has to manipulate the defense with his eyes.
16-yard pickup by Moore, put him at the 37, and Bronson Hill. Keem Judd had that number 36. He was signed after the Jets let him go, and then he went on the reserve retired list. Much to the surprise of Mike McCarthy said that I thought he was doing pretty good, but he left, and they had to sign this kid earlier in the week. Along with LaShawn Daniels.
It is tough when that player walks into your office and, you know, he wants to have that heart-to-heart with you if you're the head coach or his position coach, and they're worried about their playing time. They're worried about where they are in the depth chart. And that's that look that they get in their eyes around this time of training camp.
Bronson Hill played at Eastern Michigan. And they blow that dead on that 2nd down and 10.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Fadal Brown out of Mississippi. Something delicious is brewing at Lambeau Field.
Right now?
Yes, right now. Open daily, 1919 Kitchen and Tap. Melds comfort food with the finesse of big city. Big city dining. I could.
You're making me hungry.
Big city, little city.
We split that apple earlier about 3 hours ago, didn't we?
I know. We got to find some cheese. Hey, that guy's got some. 2nd and 5. Sean Kizer. Quick slant knocked away for Valdez-Scantling, and the pass was broken up by Rashawn Pringle out of Southern Utah. 1st-year player.
Now, Scantling will say, well, the guy's all over my back. At some point, you have to make more of a separation move at the line of scrimmage so that when he does get on your back, it looks like more like pass interference. But if that guy's hugging on you the whole time, you're not going to get that call unless you earn it because of your reputation as a player.
Kizer and James is talking about this. Winless as a rookie starter last season with Cleveland. He was one of the quarterbacks of the 4 in the NFL to throw more interceptions than touchdowns. 3rd and 5. Beautiful throw. Almost picked off. Rashawn Pringle just about took it the other way for 6 on a pass intended for the running back, Bronson Hill. Incomplete.
You've got to get that ball there in a hurry when they're wide open. You can see that he takes a little bit off this fastball, and that's a great job by the defender. But also you need to use your eyes a little more if you are DeShone Kizer. Looking to the left, making sure that that guy can't get a fast break on the ball.
J.K. Scott to punt again. He's had a busy night. Deep back is Ryan Switzer. Landing at the 31, hang of 4-7. They were down there, but it gets a Raider bounce on a 27-yard punt. 8:45 in the 4th, and we're tied at 6. James, the Packer defense tonight has caught your eye.
And when you draft young players, you want them to be able to come through and make plays. So you draft a cornerback early in the draft, you want them to be able to cover guys. You draft another cornerback, he can make up ground, interception, and then you have an interception return for a touchdown that gets called back. But everybody's rallying to the football. You can see the team speed playing a little faster than the offensive players for the Oakland Raiders.
Packers have punted 7 times tonight in 9 possessions. They just punted 32-yard line. E.J. Manuel, 1st and 10. He goes outside Warren. He was attempted to be chopped down, and finally Josh Hawkins grabbed him around the ankle, and he got some extra yardage and picked up 7. I want to go back to that field goal. We had said 30. We called it from 30. The graphic had 40. The official score here in Oakland had 40.
I thought it was 30, like you said the first time.
Listen, we've got 90 players on each team.
Yeah.
What's 90 plus 90? That's 180 players.
30?
No, yeah. we got 180 players to keep. So sometimes you second guess yourself, but we were right in the first thing. It was a 30-yard field goal that tied the game. 6-6 by the Raiders the last time they had the ball. There's a 2nd down and 3, approaching 8 to play in the 4th. Manuel, he'll sling it outside for Aitman, who is ushered out of bounds by Donnerson. He has the 1st down. Run after the catch a little bit and got 9 yards out of it. He's out to the 48. Score big on tailgating essentials at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Team license folding chairs are now only $14.99. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, the original, authentic, still family owned since 1955. We thank them for being a part of the Packer broadcast. 1st and 10. Running back in there, James Butler. And he gets the call right here. He's a rookie free agent out of Iowa. Donnerson is right there making the stop. Donnerson has had a nice game. We've called his name a lot. He just threw him for a 3-yard loss back to the Raider 45.
So you move to 2nd and 13. And if you're linebacker, you're calling the signals, and then you remind the guys, hey, watch the draw, watch the screen. And from the sideline, you get players, and they're calling out every conceivable thing. Watch the deep pass, watch the hook. But that linebacker has to be able to communicate with his teammates.
Greer Martini is sticking in there along with Ahmad Thomas, the interior backers. 2nd and 13, Manuel floating one up the side and incomplete for Hatcher. With the coverage on the play by Hawkins, and there is no yellow on the field. 3rd and 13.
There's no yellow, but there was a lot of contact down the field, and you've got your back turned. And that's the little look that he has back there might have helped him realize that the ball wasn't coming as quickly as he thought and allowed him to keep his hands off the receiver just enough where he didn't get a flag. So nice, smart play, locating the football by Hawkins.
Manuel's got Richard, the veteran, by his side with a 3rd and 13. They need the Green Bay 42. Time on the money, caught by Hatcher, and he dives for a 1st down as he was dancing with Donatello Brown. And he's down to the 40-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, a nifty move, and the Raiders will move the chains, and there is a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 99. That 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. 1st down.
It's James Looney, who's the rookie out of Cal.
What?
Please put 6:34 on the clock. 6:34.
That ball's going to move now down
roughing
to
the passer, right?
25-yard line of Green Bay. Yep.
I think the more accurate call would have been bumping the quarterback.
Yeah.
Barely bumping the quarterback. Now, E.J. Manuel may have a career in Hollywood after this is over as a stuntman.
1st and 10. Oh, they got a nice block, and he dumps it outside, and it's caught by Juracek, rookie free agent out of Marshall. Juracek is a fullback and a running back, and he picks up 7 on that low catch. And Beagle is there once again to get him. Beagle putting up his finest numbers of the preseason.
And that's a tough play for a linebacker because that fullback is coming at you as if he's going to block you. He dips his shoulder a little bit, you get ready for contact, and then he squirts out into the flat, and that quarterback reads it, and it's an easy throw and catch, and nice job by Beagle to catch up to him.
Butler in the backfield, 2nd and 3, finds a seam, and he takes it inside the 10. He was tackled by Quentin Rollins. And man, did he slice his way well. 9-yard gain, 1st and 10. Make it 1st and goal.
And all the offensive linemen are thinking, run that play again, run that play again. Don't get the linebackers off. You had a double team that really moved the interior lineman out of the way. That lineman has to eat that double team up, drop to the ground, and make a pile there so that the running back just doesn't have a hole to run through.
6-year veteran quarterback E.J. Manuel's got him down to the 9, 1st and goal. And he'll float this to Aikman, and it's incomplete. Flag. And Pipkins was in there. Lindsey Pipkins. Rollins was in the vicinity too.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 41.
Pipkins.
Follow a 3rd in the end zone. By rule, the ball is placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Goal line defense comes in. You take out one of the defensive backs. You put an extra linebacker. So I've seen about 6 guys come on. Yeah, there are a couple more going off there.
Number 79.
You're not sure.
Eligible. 79.
If you got enough and where to line up.
Warren in the backfield, 1st and goal, and that is a touchdown. Raiders have taken the lead. Warren from a yard away. 2 straight scores by Oakland. So we had 109 offensive snaps in the game, and that's the first touchdown right there.
That's counted.
That's counted. Yes. Nugent will try the extra point, which makes it 13-6. The Raiders and 5:07 to play. John Gruden has got a lead in this one. Jordy Nelson said, all right, coach, you finally got in there. It's my old team. Timeout in the Bay Area. The scoring summary is presented by Spectrum. Spectrum's network delivers enough bandwidth for today and whatever comes next. So the Raiders, and their last 2 drives, James Lofton, 64 yards and a field goal, 68 yards and a touchdown. They've scored 10 points in a span of 6.5 minutes.
You know, we focus in a lot on our backup quarterback battles, but Connor Cook and E.J. Manuel, it's like there's going to be some decision making that John Gruden has to make as to which guy he would like to go with.
Marquez Valdez Scantling will take it a yard deep for Green Bay. That gigantic 100-yard receiving game against Tennessee quickly hauled down on the play by the Raiders' Ryan Juracek, and 18-yard return. Make the visit to Lambeau Field for all things historic. Open daily. The Packers Hall of Fame has 2 levels and 15,000 square feet of epic engagement for any Packers fan.
It is a wonderful Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's remarkable.
You go through there and you see not only the history of the Green Bay Packers, but really the lifeblood of the NFL.
Short throw here to Bird from Deshaun Kaiser. Brought down about the 22, hit by Davis on the play, and picks up 4. Pete Doherty had an outstanding story relaying some work done by Cliff Crystal, the Packer historian, regarding how the franchise began and the role that the Green Bay Press-Gazette played in those early decades. Huge. And without the Press-Gazette, they're not, you know, aside from Lambeau, of course, and everything Curly Lambeau meant, Kaiser almost picked off on a dive by Luani. Shalom Luani.
When the defense is lined up in a pass-oriented look, you cannot eye a receiver down for an extended period of time and expect to be able to come back to him. You've got to manipulate. You see the head turn? Waiting. The defense is watching that also. And you see the ball a little bit behind Jamon Moore. You've got to hit him right out of his break and anticipate those throws or use your eyes to move the defense. So 3rd and 6 coming up for Deshaun Kaiser. A chance to continue this drive right here.
Newly signed LaShawn Daniels back there as the back. 3rd and 6 going deep. Caught by Moore. Flags all over the place. Helmet to helmet. Moore has been terrific tonight. He was drilled with a helmet-to-helmet, caught the ball, knew he was going to get hit, and still brings it in. So they're going to tag on yards to what was a sensational catch by Jamon Moore. Also a flag in the middle of the field to contend with.
There were 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Holding, defense, number 56. That penalty's declined. Unnecessary roughness, contact to a defenseless receiver. Defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
I understand the terminology of the rule, contact to a defenseless receiver, but I've never really thought about it as a way to really make the game a lot safer. If you want to make the game safer, tell offensive coordinators not to throw that ball up the seam, up the numbers. You heard a kid saying it's just football out there because he turned his shoulder, he tried to deliver a hit, and it's tough on defensive players. But a nice catch by Jamon Moore, and you can see him stepping up his game in this game tonight.
Aaron Rodgers has been supporting him. Moore was getting first-team snaps at the beginning of camp. Here's a handoff, and this goes to the hard-running LaShawn Daniels out of Iowa. And he takes the ball down to the 28-yard line, 27-yard line of the Raiders. Moore, by the way, tonight, 4 catches, 62 yards, and 7-yard pickup right there on the ground, picked up by Daniels.
Okay, Kevin, I'm going to fast forward for you. You're the head coach. You score a touchdown, you go for 2?
Yes. It didn't come all the way out here to tie. 27-yard line. Second down, 3 for Kaiser. To Daniels. Plugged up. Nice play. Azim Victor. And he's back to the 29. Loses about a yard. 3rd and 4. Let's check the ground game stats powered by Cenex. Be sure to stop by your local Cenex and fuel up on the way to your next Packers game. Cenex is the proud petroleum partner of the Green Bay Packers. 3rd down and 4.
You got to win right here. Can't let those guys get in the quarterback's lap.
Kaiser. Pump fake. Has a first down with the run, and he went helmet first, so they're going to give him a gain of 5 on the scramble to the 23-yard line of the Raiders, 24-yard line of Oakland, first down.
And one of the new rules, even when that quarterback dives head first, Kevin, he's protected. So you can't come in and deliver a big blow just like you can if he was sliding feet first, because they're going to mark him down as soon as he hits the ground.
Green Bay's got 3 timeouts, 1st and 10. Screen, Kaiser, and they're looking for Daniels, and Davis kind of got in the way. Austin Davis, a rookie free agent out of Duke. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
With the pass rush that the Raiders have been putting on tonight, the screen's not a bad call. But as the quarterback, you've got to do a really, really good job of baiting those guys in there to come in, and you see the offensive lineman kind of in the way of the running back, and that timing just wasn't there on that last play.
2nd down and 10. Kaiser, Pankey trying to hold the block at the right tackle, and he's on the move, and he's trying to juke his way, getting to the 18-yard line of the Raiders.
And this is going to get marched back.
And it was a gain of 6. Wiped away, flag at the 31.
Holding, offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
I think he's played every snap tonight at guard or tackle.
Yeah, he's going to get the call here, but he has this guy locked up and just starts to lose him right at the tail end of the play. And when you're playing guard, that can get overlooked a little bit. But when you're playing tackle, out on the edge, and that official's staring right at you, that's his job, to make sure the quarterback doesn't get hit and to make sure that that outside tackle doesn't hold.
Packers have 103 penalty yards tonight. The running back Daniels wide bottom of your screen. 2nd down and 20. 3 timeouts. Kaiser, nice catch across the middle. Hauled in by Adonis Jennings out of Temple, the rookie. 10-yard pickup. We've gotten to the 2-minute warning with 1:58 to go. Kaiser's got the team on the move. Moore, the rookie out of Missouri's had a big night receiving for Green Bay. The black hole. 2-minute warning. Kaiser on this drive, 3 of 5, 42 yards, plus a 5-yard run for a first down on 3rd down.
And Kaiser should have been told he doesn't have to get it all here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 10. 2-minute warning. And he throws incomplete across the middle, looking for the rookie St. Brown. It's 4th down.
Now that's zone coverage, so Brown is going to sit down, but you've got to completely sit down. It's not like that game where, you keep running around the chair and you keep moving. If you're going to sit, you've got to sit completely still and allow Kaiser to realize you stop in between the zone and you're going to catch the ball right there. Now it's all on his shoulders to pick up 10 yards.
5 defensive backs, 4th and 10 from the Raider 24. Kaiser, down he goes. Pressure from all over the place. Look like Hester, loss of 7 on the play, and on downs, the Raiders are going to get the ball.
Unfortunately, we saw a little bit too much of that tonight, where the Raider pass rush overwhelmed the Packer blockers. They weren't able to give the quarterback really time to throw the ball comfortably down the field. We saw a lot of scrambles, a lot of runs out of the pocket, and that time on a 4th down play where you needed to secure the offensive line of scrimmage, you weren't able to do so.
Kofi Amichia was beaten badly and held like crazy. 5 Oakland sacks tonight. E.J. Manuel's in there from his 31 as on downs it goes to the Oakland Raiders, and the handoff goes to Warren. And he'll burrow his way for 5 and take the ball to the 36-yard line. Clothing is provided by the Packer Pro Shop. Shop for anything and everything a Packers fan could want. Shop at your heart's content at Lambeau Field or online at PackersProShop.com. So many terrific items with the 100th anniversary. Green Bay just took a timeout.
Now, under 2 minutes, are they all 30-second timeouts?
It's Pumpkinhead doing it.
Halloween is right around the corner.
Well, it's always Halloween for them. 2nd down and 5. With another bulldozing run taken inside by Chris Warren. He picks up 4, eating up yards. 3rd and 1.
And
got to the
pushing and shoving.
Raider 40-yard line, and the clock stopped at 1:34.
You don't have to be tough after the play is over. Kind of during the play is the time to be tough.
2nd charge timeout, Green Bay. 30 seconds in length.
It's a brave man to wear a pumpkin head. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission.
Just don't look at the screen. You'll be scared.
Another use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the NFL is prohibited. It's going to be sad when they move to Las Vegas.
Remember when you saw the first cheese head and you thought, what is that?
Oh no, I thought
now that's kind of,
I thought genius is what I thought.
Unfortunately, here, the skull and crossbones, those looks are just as in vogue as the cheese head.
3rd and 1. Warren trying to push his way.
Good stop there.
It was by Connor Sheehy out of Wisconsin. The rookie free agent grabbed him and rode him down. No gain, 4th and 1. Sheehy with the play.
3rd and final timeout, Green Bay.
He was undrafted. He started 33 games at UW. Part of the winningest senior class in program history. Connor Sheehy's class went 45-10. They won 3 division titles, went to 4 bowl games. Last season, he was a 2nd team All Big Ten selection, played at Marquette High School in Milwaukee. He was the Milwaukee High School Defensive Player of the Year. Real worker.
I'm not going to discount any of those games they won in college.
Right.
But when you and I were in college, teams played 11 games, and that was it. Now you have a 13-game schedule. You have a playoff game, another bowl game afterwards. You know, if I were in college, we would have won 50 games now. I'm just sad about it.
The Raiders have elected to punt on 4th and 1. Johnny Townsend on a winless night will get this high. Alexander is back. He'll make the catch with the heavily, and there goes a flag. 2 of them. He got 5-yard gain. There's great hang time. Sailed at 45 yards.
I'm impressed with Alexander trying to field that with that much heat on him and fielding it cleanly. That would make me feel good if I'm Ron Zook.
Holding. Receiving team, number 41. Half the distance to the goal line. First down, Green Bay.
The normal punt returner for the Green Bay Packers is Trevor Davis.
I thought you were going to say Steve Odom.
Steve Odom.
Blast from the past there.
Sidelined more than a month with a hamstring. Hasn't played neither game. Heard it on August 7th. He was the number 3 punt returner in pro football a year ago in terms of yards per punt return. Number 7 in kickoff return, but he hasn't played. He's been injured. Anyway, the Packers have 2 timeouts, 1st and 10, and they get it off to their tight end right here, who is Ryan Smith, a rookie free agent out of Miami of Ohio. And he picks up 8, makes it 2nd down and 2.
Unfortunately, you don't have a timeout, so this is.
I was looking at the Raiders. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you. 2nd down and 2, dumps it off. Caught on a bobble by Joel Boigneau.
See, you've got a first down here. I would almost get up and spike it so that you can get a clock stoppage and get in the huddle.
1st and 10.
Well, I could be a head coach, huh?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, for a Pop Warner team.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to put a young quarterback like this under the rigors of a short clock and a long field and playing from behind.
Yep. And so for the Raiders, what you want to do in this situation is you want to pin the the Packers in, where you don't let them get to the sideline and get out of bounds.
2nd down 10, they'll go underneath. Boigneau has it, and he'll zigzag his way to the 35. It is a first down catch and run. He picks up 14 on the play to the Green Bay 35. Clock continues to tick, and Green Bay is out of timeouts. And that was a bobble. That was a fumble. Clock continues to run. That was not a spike. And you can see the clock ticking, and again, no timeouts.
So it wouldn't give the ball back to the official, the defender.
2nd down and 10. So they've lost a lot of time by virtue of the bobble by Kaiser, who's going to get whacked here. He's going to escape. He's going to have one final play, and he's going to throw it downfield, and no time remains, and that may be all she wrote, and it is. Zeros on the clock, and the Raiders have beaten Green Bay 13-6. Mike doesn't look too happy.
No. Saw Derek Carr and Devontae Adams, their teammates at Fresno State, little hug there in the middle of the field.
The positives for Green Bay tonight: Beagle played well. Moore recaptured his stride with over 60 yards receiving. Gilbert played well again, and Josh Jackson in the secondary played well. Concern about Ty Montgomery's foot injury, left the field, and Oren Burks had a pregame shoulder injury. He was escorted off the field holding on to his shoulder.
Alexander with his interception, and I thought he handled his punt return choices extremely well. He got run over where he should have gotten a foul. He made another play where he didn't signal for a fair catch, and then he caught one under intense pressure.
So Green Bay will lose to the Oakland Raiders tonight, 13-6. Very few of the starters played offensively and some on defense. And